guys. Welcome. I hope you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Awesome. Hi, KD.
Hey.
How are you?
Absolutely superb this morning. How are you guys?
We are awesome.
We are awesome. Look at you. Thumbs up, huh?
Right.
Are you ready for today?
Yes,
What do you have planned?
So I'm going to the Baltimore City Zoo because Cameron wants to go to the zoo for his birthday.
That's going to be 5 minutes. So what's that plan after that?
I told her to take them kids to DC. I told you. Take them cheering to DC.
It's Cameron wants to go to the board. I told you, I think he heard somebody on his virtual class that must have said something about it because he has it in his head that he wants to go to the Baltimore City Zoo. So, and then we're going to IHOP for David's birthday. So it's a little bit of birthday celebrating today with both of the kids.
Which IHOP?
Which IHOP?
The one out here in Rossville.
Oh,
yeah. What's wrong with that one?
That ain't the bougie one. That's the kind of.
Wait, that's the bougie IHOP?
Where? Everywhere but that one. I like the one in Whitemarsh. The one in Whitemarsh is really nice. Really like nobody there. I mean, not Whitemarsh. Golden Ring.
Oh, that must be the ghetto one.
No, it's not ghetto. There's nobody be there. I feel like the one on Rossville is ghetto. No, the one on Lock Raven, that's ghetto.
Yeah,
that is ghetto. Go to the Waffle House.
The one I went to.
Go to the Waffle House.
That is my all-time favorite place to go to.
Mine too. Until they stopped doing the strawberry waffles.
Oh,
they put the strawberries inside. Yeah, they don't do that no more. They put them inside the waffle. They gave it to me. I was like, "What is this? Where's my toppings?"
I'd have been like, "Hell no, take that back."
That's what I said. I had my mouth all watering because ain't nobody tell me that they was gonna change. So I was like, "Yeah, I want strawberry waffle." She came out with like the little, like the Eggo waffle with the strawberry on the inside.
Disrespectful.
I said, "Oh, no,
disrespectful."
Right.
So let's get to this show, guys. Today we have a very, 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 very special guest. We're gonna allow him to introduce himself because I love him already. I found a new friend. You get kicked to the curb, KD.
Oh, we get all some friends. And I love children. So
she don't come outside. She don't come outside.
I'm coming outside.
We have Mr. Lonnie Wslker from Joy Baltimore, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his organization and about him. So, guys, without further ado, welcome, Mr. Lonnie Wslker.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Lonnie Wslker. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I am a 50-year-old Black gay man here in Baltimore, Maryland.
50?
Yeah, I am 50.
Hell no.
He's like 30-something.
Oh, I wish.
Listen, I was going to give him 45. I was going to give him 45.
Like
wow.
I attribute that to good Black and good parents.
Yeah. That's some good Black right there. That good Black don't crack. As long as you ain't on crack, it don't crack.
Jesus. I thought my mouth was bad.
Long as you ain't on crack, your Black won't crack.
I thought my mouth was bad.
Listen,
I love it already.
I would keep it real with these folks. Hold on, maybe I should put this back on this side.
I love it. I can move it for you.
Okay. Can y'all hear him fine?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, Red Hook Projects, born and raised. My family still lives in the projects. I come from they do. I come from a very dysfunctional family. So I am every kid I work with. I am them. And so this is one of the reasons why I do the work that I do.
Okay. So what is it that you do? What is Joy Baltimore?
Joy Baltimore. Joy stands for Just Our Youth. It's an organization, it's an outreach organization for at-risk, runaway, homeless, displaced youth, with a focus on the LGBTQ community, but we serve all youth from the age of 13 and up. We have a cutoff age at 24, but you don't exit the program because we never know when someone's going to go and have troubles again. So you don't age out of Joy Baltimore at all, but for grant purposes, 13 to 24.
Okay. For grant purposes, 13 to 24. So go ahead, Katie.
So what are the specifics behind your program? Like what specifically do you offer like the youth and
pass me that right there.
The pamphlet or the
pamphlet?
book?
The pamphlet.
It's right here.
What do we offer? I got a whole list of things.
A whole list of things, honey.
We have life skill classes, mentorship programs. Two of our mentorship programs. One is BMU, Black Men United, and then we have BWU, Black Women United. And there are 10-week mentorship classes. And at the end of those courses, the young people get stipend. We don't exclude identity and sexuality because at the end of the day, we're all one. So we welcome everyone into the to cohorts, and they meet Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We do help with assistance with birth certificates, Social Security cards, marital state ID, food stamps, EBT, because I call it Eat Better Today.
With the Eat Better Today.
Eat Better Today. And I'm not ashamed to use an EBT card.
I'm not ashamed.
Access to employment, substance abuse programs, GED, YouthWorks. We are a YouthWorks sponsor for the last 6 years. I've done YouthWorks by myself actually for the last 5 years. This year I will have actually people helping me do it. And for the last 5 years, for 4 years, we've taken in 50 young people every year, myself. And then last year we did 100. I did 100 young people virtual. And this year we increased our number to 150.
Wow.
We have a 95% return rate of YouthWorks kids who've been with 14 years old. I love YouthWorks.
I did YouthWorks when I was 14. I started YouthWorks. And that's why I always tell my kids, I worked since I was 14. You better do something.
That part.
Girl, she worked one summer. I've been working since I was 14.
I worked one summer.
Because in New York, they have what they call SYP, Summer Youth Employment Program. And I used to work that in New York, and I became one of the youngest assistant directors of the Summer Youth Employment Program in New York. And I vowed if I ever got my own nonprofit, that I would become a YouthWorks person, a sponsor.
Oh, nice. That's really
nice. The more nonprofits that become a YouthWorks sponsor, the more young people that will get jobs.
Right.
And so I do it so our young people can get a job. And I'm on them about doing that application, getting it done ahead of time, because the more we get in, the more jobs that they have. And so what we do with our YouthWorks program, we teach them what it is to work.
Okay.
We teach them, that 5 weeks is a workforce development program. And I am the hardest person to work with.
Why you say that?
Oh, I am, because I'm going to give it to them raw, straight, and
that's why they need it. That's how they need it.
Sometimes I don't understand why they keep coming back. Because I think I'm the meanest person in the world.
I did not get that from you. You are super nice.
They keep coming back, and I love them to death.
They love it here.
Because that's what they need.
Tough love, though. Some people like tough love. Some people like to feel like, okay, this person really care about me. They care about where I'm going. They care about, my well-being. So maybe that's what it is.
It is fun. One of my success stories is one of my young men, Keon Woodard, is actually getting ready to graduate from Bowie State University.
Nice.
He just crossed over as Alpha Phi Alpha.
Yo!
And he's about to become Bowie.
Yes, I said he made me work at 14 too. Prentice said he is not the hardest, Prentice.
I am.
No, I don't get
I'm probably
that
harder than
from
some of the kids'
you.
parents.
Really?
And I'm very direct, because my thing is if you're direct with young people, they'll be direct with you.
That is true.
And so one of the first things that we do when the kids come into the program for YouthWorks, I ask them 3 major questions.
What's that?
Do you smoke weed?
Oh.
What do you drink?
Ugh.
And can we cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Are you funky? Those are the 3
and do they answer yes to all 3?
So what happens is you get that goody kid.
Yeah.
Mr. Lonnie, we don't do that.
I don't have sex.
You don't
Girl,
do
you
that.
out here fucking.
Somebody else in the group does it. And next thing you know, they start talking. They start getting it in.
Then the quiet one get to talk about, yeah, I did one time.
And it's the quietest one who shocked me my first year doing it, who was doing all of the above and had tattoos. And mom was okay with it.
And the mother was okay.
I was like, okay.
How old was it?
She was 14.
14.
At the time.
14, having sex, smoking weed, drinking.
It shocked
and had tattoos.
Okay.
And the mother was okay.
Piercings and all.
No.
The mama took her.
Huh?
Mama took her.
Took her.
She took her to a tattoo party.
The amazing part is when asking them questions, started having a conversation around it.
Yeah.
Because what we don't know is a lot of our young people deal with trauma. And so when we hear that someone's drinking and they're 15 or 16 or 14 or 13 years of age, and they drink of choice is Henny, Patron, they drink the good stuff.
They drink the good.
Casamigos.
You know, they ain't doing how we used to do. We used to sneak some Mad Dog. We used to drink gin. We used to be ratchet. We used to start off small. Let me get a little taste. We used to drink gin and little off-brand liquor. They drinking Hennessy.
Top shelf.
Oh,
and so when you have that conversation with them of why they drink and when they start drinking, you hear some of the traumas and some of the stories. Really? I have a young girl who's now 15. She started drinking at 13, but she started drinking because her brother had got shot and killed here in Baltimore.
Wow, really?
And drinking was a comfort.
Wow.
I have kids who smoke marijuana, as marijuana eases their social anxiety, or it wipes away the pain. They don't have to deal with the pain when they're smoking.
Dang,
so they don't have to address it, deal with it. They're numb.
They're numb.
And so it's about not demeaning them for what they're doing, but having that conversation about why they're doing it, and can we do something different around it?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, it actually is good for anxiety, though. I had to do the same thing. I never was a drug user, but marijuana.
Drug user.
No, I've never been.
Marijuana is a plant.
Yeah, it's a plant. Yeah, so I never was.
Look, somebody said yes, you were.
Look, I'm gonna be full. I'm gonna be full
honest.
Right here. So my son will tell you, I just started taking edibles.
Oh,
I just started taking edibles.
That's
I do them like and my son gets them from me. You know, he gets them from medical marijuana. And I'm finding it to be. I love it.
Yeah,
you know, I become another person.
It calms you. That's how I feel.
Relaxes. Oh my God, it relaxes me to the point.
And that's how
I don't like how it makes me feel.
And that's from a trauma in my life. For me losing my brother, I just didn't know how to deal with that trauma. So that's the ease for me. When I feel like I'm just shut out and I go black, that's the ease for me. So I'm fine with that.
Hey,
I get it.
You know, my thing is, I'm not going to tell you to stop. Let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
You know, and find some other coping skills or whatever we need to find. But if that's what you do.
That's what she likes to do.
But I also remind them, especially within the state of Maryland, that marijuana is still not legal. And some jobs will still test you. And if you come up positive, you may not have a job.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have that conversation because I don't care what MM is saying.
Yeah.
Y'all know who MM is. I don't care what she is saying. There are some jobs out here that are still piss testing people.
Right.
If you fail that piss test, and they pull that piece of hair out your head.
On your head.
Right.
You
will be unemployed.
Amazon used to do that, but I think during the holiday time they had stopped.
Because they had no staff.
They had no staff. Yeah, they had stopped. Because I think at first they used to do the hair test.
Yeah, and they test everything except for.
And then they stopped testing for marijuana, so they do just hard drugs.
They needed staff. They had to, you know, they had to.
We're gonna get these people in here some kind of way. I know they smoke weed, but it's fine.
I mean, even with phones, Amazon was an employment place where you could not be on your phone. You had to lock it up.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, they're on the phones on the
They're
floor.
on TikTok showing like, watch me package this.
It's changed.
Yeah.
And you know, hopefully it will become legal in the state of Maryland.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I pray that it does. Because our kids
right behind you.
And I'm not talking about the guy on the street selling nickel bag and dime.
No. We're talking about you fake hustlers.
You know that part. You know,
we're talking about going into the store and just buying it.
I'm not even worried about the store, but it's amazing how they took a drug that they locked all of our people up for.
And making it legal now. Hey, but hold up. Not even that. What is it? I think it's Utah, where now crack is legal in Utah. They passed a law, and I want to say it's Utah. It's one of them states.
If I had a drink, I'd be drinking it right now. But it's
crack is legal in one of the. I think it's Utah. I want to say it's Utah. Or either
Ramir, I'm gonna need you to Google that and find out where crack is legal at. We can't go to that state.
That's what
either Utah, either Washington. One of those states. Crack is legal now in one of those states.
Well,
yeah.
Why did they make it? Why though?
I don't know. Oh, maybe it's Oregon. Maybe it's Oregon. I think it's Oregon a state, right? It's oregano and it's cocaine.
Oh Lord.
It's Oregon and it's cocaine. Cocaine is legal.
Cocaine
I'm sorry.
is legal. I was getting ready to look it up too.
I knew it had to be Oregon. I knew it was Oregon.
Insane.
Oregon and cocaine is legal now in Oregon. Yeah.
Insane.
Cocaine is legal.
But even when it came to opioids, I've been involved for maybe 20, 22 years now.
Oh my God, the opioid pandemic. Crack is whack. That's right, Sharon.
You know what I thought about?
Whitney.
And I'm Whitney's biggest fan. But when
I made too much fun to ever smoke crack. Crack is whack.
Jesus. See, Sharon, you made me lose my thought. But no, when they were talking about opioids, how there was an opioid, now all of a sudden it's an opioid epidemic in Maryland.
Yeah, now that all the white people are getting addicted to it. Yeah.
Because it's always been an opioid epidemic.
Always.
So now that the non-melanated people on opioids, it's become an epidemic.
It's become an epidemic,
But when we were doing it, it was just okay.
They're taking it out to these counties now, and now these counties have a problem with the drugs that's coming out there because it's Harford County, Cecil County. Now these kids out there are getting addicted to these pills, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, not our white children.
But they have been doing this in elementary school.
Yes.
Well, my little brother told me in North Carolina, Burlington, North Carolina, that his schoolmates was taking Adderall and Ritalin in the school.
Oh my goodness!
Little white children,
the little white people,
and it was getting them high.
Oh my goodness!
There's a prestigious school here in Baltimore where I won't name the school, where one of the young black boys go to the school and they were videotaping one of the young white boys in the school high.
Wow!
High!
Wow!
One of them $30,000 a year schools here in Baltimore.
Not $30,000 a year. Getting high. Getting high. Wow. But it only becomes the epidemic when their kids are addicted to it, not when our kids and our family is addicted. It doesn't become.
But that goes back to even with the gun laws.
Yeah.
Go into one of these white schools, these prestigious white schools, and shoot one of them schools up.
Yeah.
I promise you, the gun laws will be passed tomorrow.
Gun laws will be passed. Yes, absolutely. You are absolutely right about that.
Look, y'all got me all the way off.
No, this is how we do. This is how we flow. We did. This is how we flow. We can talk about everything. We had one subject, and Nate tell you it's hard for us to stick to it because we be like, girl, and then this what happened with this. Yeah, we will go off topic, but it is totally fine. He'll fuss at us later, but we love you, Nate.
Nate, I'm on your show next.
I was telling him how you was mad at me because I got Lonnie on the show. You was like, how you, wait a minute. How you get him? Listen.
The best way to get me, Nate, is go through my son. I promise you. Go through my son and I won't say no. I mean, honestly.
I told him, I said I asked his son while we were at a cookout.
I can't say no to him.
I don't even think we were, where were we at? I think we were at, where were we? I think it was a cookout. We was.
Y'all sure y'all wasn't on y'all drinking podcast?
Yeah. No, I didn't go on his drinking podcast. We should do that, by the way. But no, I had asked him if we were just talking. I was like, "Hey, you should get your dad to come on my show," and he was like, "Okay, I'll ask him." Thank you. No problem.
We
love you,
things. We really appreciate it. We always love having. I said, well, we really appreciate it. We always love having guests on our show, especially guests that like really stepping out into the community and being involved. I love to meet people like that.
Me too. So let's talk more about Joy Baltimore. Why did you get this program started? What made you do this?
What made me do this? After getting fired from working for so many white people all these years, since I've been here in Baltimore, starting programs and running programs and getting programs to where they need to be, and then they let you go.
And then they let you go. Yeah.
But,
I don't have
but everybody else that look like this is still employed.
I don't have the funding for your position no more.
So,
I just speak the floor. I don't have the funding for me. I just speak.
It was a long time coming. All my friends kept telling me, you need to start your own program. You're out here doing all this for them. And every time you get them to where they need to be, they let you go.
Yeah.
And, I've always said it's easier said than done.
Yeah, it is.
I had a daycare and an after school program and all of that in New York City a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And so coming here I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to work. I honestly just really wanted to work for somebody and work with young people.
Mm-hmm.
My aunt told me when I first got here that I didn't have a real job. I was doing group homes and stuff like that. She wanted me to work for SSA. Now, ironically, fast forward, who works for SSA now? My son.
Your son.
She was like, you need to get a real job. I'm like, this is a real job.
It's a job, sweetie.
Right. And every kid I would bring to her house, she would spoil them.
Oh.
So it was just so funny. But I was told I need to just start my own program. So I stepped out on faith. I stand up homelessness myself, living in a girlfriend of mine's house in a room smaller than this room itself.
Wow.
Yeah. And I stepped out on faith and started it. 5 years not nonprofit. Well, 6 years now, but 5 years no funding.
Wow.
No funding. No funding. Yeah.
So with no fund, how did you get it done? Like, how did you make it work?
Faith.
Yeah.
Prayer. Good friends. Good community people. Networking. Relationships is everything.
Relationships are everything.
Relationships is everything.
Yeah.
And the relationships I built over the 20 years here in the city got me to where I am today.
Yeah. Wow.
My website was done for free. I mean, we operated like we had $1 million and we only had $2 million.
That's us.
That's how we operated.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna show you $1 million, but we only got $2 million. But we're gonna make it look like $1 million.
Yeah.
And so for years, a lot of people thought we had all this money. I was told I had a mansion in Owens Mills.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, the rumor was going around. I had a mansion. I had several cars, and I was like, I'd like to know where that stuff is at because
when I do get it, thank you for speaking into existence. But thanks.
So yeah, for a long time, it was just like it was boots on the ground, you know. And even when we do, like, we have a little bit of funding now, which is wonderful because we're able to do more things thanks to Behavioral Health Systems Baltimore, Family League, the Evermore Cannabis, so many other people I can name that has done so many wonderful things. By Element Fleet, who sponsors our Thanksgiving event. And, you know, we do what we do. But, you know, I've always believed that, you know, we will still be a grassroots organization.
Yeah,
we will always be a grassroots organization. Because I don't care how much money you get. If your feet are not in the grass, you don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening.
And I always want to be involved. I've been told by my staff I'm a slave runner.
No.
Yeah, because I can text somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm really expecting people to answer me back.
And if they don't, you instantly irritated.
Because I'm always up.
Yeah.
I'm always up. And my mind is always going.
Yeah.
I was in here yesterday working, and I forgot yesterday was Good Friday, and I'm calling the city for some services and everything.
And
I'm
they
mad because nobody picking up the phone. I'm like, I'm at work, so everybody else should be at work.
It's just Good Friday. That's it. You can close. Where you close? Open up. It's just Good Friday.
I guess for me, I can't close because I never know when someone's going to need some services or someone's going to need help. My phone is a 24/7 phone. I don't cut my phone off.
Yeah.
I have youth that text me 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, why is this person texting? But then I respond back.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you up, Miss Lonnie. You responded back.
You was up. It wasn't like I interrupted something.
That's what we do. You know, it's holistic. We believe in working with whole families.
Yeah.
You know, it's ironically, you know, Prentice, Pearson, and other children came into my life. And ironically, Sharon is the good friend of one of my brother's ex-girlfriends.
Oh,
so it's a very small world of how you know people.
Yeah.
You know how it's connected, and they're amazing. His sisters, they're all amazing.
Yeah,
we're all very close.
Yeah,
and it's just an amazing network of people.
That is awesome. Yeah, I love that family. I tell them all the time, you guys are more my family than my real family. Like, you know, I go by this motto now. The family you were born into are just your relatives. You create your own family. You know, and I've created, they my family. I tell them all the time, you are my sister. I love you guys. I love the way that they love each other. And they don't harbor any like ill will or any bad feeling towards one another. And I love that so much about them.
My children will tell you, we would go to New York to visit my family in New York. They would come down here. When I tell you dysfunction, I know dysfunction firsthand.
Me too.
And I'm honest about it. I am very honest about it. I'm honest with the kids about it.
Yeah.
Because I want them to know that just because Mr. Lonnie wears nice clothes, don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. No.
Because, bruh, sis, I can show you.
Yeah.
And I've taken a group of kids to New York just recently.
Yeah.
Because I wanted them to see where I come from.
Nice.
Because they had this picture in their head that, Mr. Lonnie got money, his family.
Come to these projects with me real quick to see how my family living.
We got to New York to the projects.
They was like,
they were afraid to get on the elevator.
They was clutching their pearls.
Not this pissy elevator. Y'all from Baltimore.
It's the pissy elevator or the pissy steps. Which one you want to take? Which one?
I was like, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
3 boys and my mama. And then on top of that, she moved her sister in with her 3 girls. So it was like the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch.
You know, for those who don't know the Brady Bunch.
84 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment. It don't even make sense.
It don't make sense.
Mama, it don't add up.
You know, we were in New York picking up prom dresses because we're doing a prom for all the young people who didn't get to go to prom. We're doing one on May 3rd at the Bygone. So if you didn't get to go to your prom, you're between the ages of 16 and 22, you can register. Just go to our website. You can register to go to the prom. It's free.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the Bygone May 3rd from 7 to 12.
Okay.
Awesome DJ. It's
awesome. It's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit.
Oh, nice.
And we went to New York to pick up prom dresses and suits that people in New York that I knew were donating. And the kids got into my mother's apartment and they was like, "You grew up?" I said, "Yeah, this is where I grew up."
I told you.
I said, "I told y'all what? I told y'all this is my life.
This is
who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted by the nice clothes and the shiny stuff. Don't get it
I
twisted.
made this. This didn't make me. I made this. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because my mother takes care of her brother who's a crackhead. And he'll tell you he's a crackhead. He'll tell you he's a crackhead. He'll functional crackhead.
I thought he was gonna say special needs.
No.
He said she taking care of his brother who's a crackhead. Wait a minute.
So he came out the bathroom in a diaper, which is crazy as hell. And the kids looked at me like, "Mr. I said, I told y'all."
Who this retarded man?
I said, this is real. This is real life. This is my life. This is who I am. This is where I come from. And I do not, how can I put it? I'm not ashamed of where I come from.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed.
You know, I'm not ashamed of where I come from. It's who I am.
It's who I am.
You know, I love my family. I love how they turn up because I like to turn up every now and again.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's work to be done.
There's work to be done.
And I'm an example of if you want to do something different, you can do something different.
Mr. Lonnie reminds me of that, but the bunny of the Energizer. Oh no! Why? Because he keep going and going and going and going. Oh, Sharon, we love you so much.
You know we
bougie
love
ass. Oh, bougie.
Nah, it's not being bougie. We have to break those generational curses.
We have to break the curses.
We have to break them curses.
I'm trying.
And Lord knows the work that I do, every young person in my family who's now an adult, I have told them what they should have done years ago. And they have come back to me and said, I wish I did what you told me to do.
Yeah.
I wish I listened.
Yeah.
Because if you have an opportunity to leave the projects, leave.
Leave.
You may not be successful where you're going, but you got to see something different.
You got to do something different.
And do something.
Yeah, that is so true.
It's
the hardest part is leaving. The hardest part is leaving.
I left New York when I went to the military, I went to college, but I officially left New York, I think at the age of almost 30.
Wow.
I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I never forget. I had a going away party the day before I was leaving because I didn't want to change my mind. So I had a going away party at this restaurant called the Pink Teacup. Prentice, you remember the Pink Teacup? We used to go there when we go to New York. I had a going away party at the Pink Teacup, and I got on the plane the next day, and I cried like a baby.
Why?
Because I was leaving New York for good.
Yeah,
I was moving,
and you had not left in 30 years, and the whole entire
other than
time
going to the military and college, I had not. I always came back home.
Wow!
I always came back home. And this old white lady was sitting next to me. This big old teddy bear one of my friends gave me, and she said, "Baby, it's gonna be okay."
I don't want to go.
I mean, I was scared because I was leaving, and my friends actually took bets of when I was going to come back.
Oh no!
Because I was that city boy.
Oh
no!
They
were taking bets like, "Oh, he'll be back in a year." No,
you never went
I
back.
never came back.
Never came back.
I moved from Atlanta to Baltimore.
Wow.
I just made up my mind that I needed to do something different.
Yeah.
And that's what I teach young people. Even with my own kids, we would go out. We went to some of the nicest places here in Baltimore.
That's good.
Because I wanted them to understand that, you can do this.
You can do this too.
You can do this.
Yeah.
I took a group of kids a couple of years ago when the R House first opened.
Yeah.
I took my own youth works kids to the R House. And they looked at me like, "Mr. Lonnie, we don't belong here."
Yes,
I said,
you
"Who said?"
do. Yes, you do.
I said, "Who said you don't belong here?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, and so I bought some pizzas and we sat in there and we had a good old time. I said, "Look at this like an upscale Lexington Market." And you go there.
Yeah, you go there.
And this is an upscale
and you don't belong there either. You can come here. You can come here. Even cross street.
We do things, how we do things with young people in excellence.
Yes.
We do everything that we do with young people in excellence. We expose them to the things here in Baltimore that they would never get exposed to, places in Baltimore that they would never go. Some of the kids don't even know what Harbor East is.
Really?
I took 60 young people to Harbor East last year doing youth works. They met me at the movie theater.
Yeah.
The Landmark movie theater. Now it's called Harbor East Movie Theater, which is owned by Atlas also.
Yeah. Atlas got everything sold up down there.
They're friends of mine now. So it's my relationship. It's about relationships, boo.
Oh,
So we met at the Landmark movie theater, and we did a tour of the whole Harbor East and Fells Point. And one of the young people asked me, "Are we still in Baltimore?"
Heck no.
Yes. They asked me, "Are we still in Baltimore?"
Oh my goodness.
So we went into the Four Seasons. We toured the Four Seasons. I did one of my graduations for the young people at the mentor program at the Bygone. So my kids have been to the Bygone multiple times.
I ain't never been there.
They've been to Chop Tank. They've been to Pingery. We just recently did a brunch with the young people at the Sagamore Pingery. We took them to brunch. Come Mother's Day, we are actually in the plant, and this is the first time I'm releasing this. We're taking 50 mothers in our program to the Sagamore Pingery for brunch.
Oh, nice.
We want to expose them to that.
Yeah, and the mothers, expose the mothers.
Because my thing is, if you're working with their children, you have to work with them.
You got to work with them. That is so
and I
true.
like to turn up, so I want to turn up
with them. And if the
them.
kids ain't never been nowhere, you know the mama ain't never been nowhere.
We did a fashion show with one of our other community partners, Aziza Peace. Our boys was in the fashion show.
We were there.
Oh, y'all were there?
We saw you guys. I was like, oh my God, look at Prentice. Yeah, we were there.
Turned it out.
Y'all showed it. You and your cape. I was like, yes, you gotta work it with your cape. It was nice. You guys did an awesome job. And the boys looked phenomenal. They were so handsome with their book bags and duffel bags. They were handsome.
So let me give you a little backstory on that.
Yeah.
All the bags were mine.
Really?
They were all.
Them was some nice bags. I'm like, damn, no.
So if you like nice bags, well, I do like Coach, but Tote and Carry, it's the black-owned company.
They're black-owned?
Yes, Tote and Carry is black-owned, yes. And they were just recently featured on the Grammys.
Yeah.
Yes, they are black-owned. I have a lot of Tote and Carry. I have a lot of Coach. Basquiat bag. I have the Basquiat bag also. That's a beautiful bag. But I am a bag person. I love nice book bags, nice luggage. And the kids wanted to do something different. So I said, look, let's spice it up a little.
Yeah.
And they went out there and they showed
out. They looked really wonderful in their suits and their bags. They were awesome.
We take the kids to Fogo de Chao for the last couple of years. I've taken them to Fogo de Chao. The first year I took them because I wanted to take them out to do something different. Mm-hmm. And they was like, what is that? We don't want to go there. Do they serve this is the favorite thing kids like to, do they serve burgers? Mm-hmm. Do not get Prentice, what? You're not getting no burger when we go out.
No damn burger. And no chicken tenders.
Nope, that part.
No, you're going to get a steak, honey.
That part.
You're going to get a steak.
And so we've gone to Fogo de Chao, and we get there, and this is nice. They don't want to leave.
They don't want to go.
And we done been there 2 hours, now they don't want to leave. Look, it's time to go. I got other things to do.
I got somewhere to go.
We got to go. But that's what we do. That is exactly what we do and how we do it. I just got a phone call yesterday that one of my young people got housed. They got matched for housing.
Nice.
Which was amazing. We do the housing applications with them. It's called coordinated access for those who are unstably housed. And there's ways around the application. There's ways around the application because if you don't know the ways around the application, you will not get housed. Because under the federal guidelines, you have to be critically homeless for at least 3 years.
Really?
So if Sharon, if you put me out tomorrow, I can't go get no housing because I ain't been on the street for 3 years because the federal government said I'm not homeless.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's so many barriers. And they put out these things saying that we're going to break barriers and we're going to drop it. It's still barriers in the way. And we try to eliminate barriers in everything that we do. But one thing for sure and two things for certain, we're going to hold young people accountable.
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
I've had meetings with parents. We got kids in the program now who would be homeless if they were not coming to the program because their mama wanted them out.
Wow.
Their mom was just fed up and wanted them out. And so I was like, look, if they come here, can they come home? And so it's like, look.
I wish I would have known about this program. I have someone that I know. He's like 21 now, but he's kind of doing okay. He got put out at a very young age. He was about 15 or 16 when his mom put him out.
And what was the reason? What did he do?
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. Because so this is my thing, and this is why the unmelanated people probably don't like me because I have this thing where when we talk about homeless youth, unless you aged out of foster care, parents died, so forth and so on. There's a very small case of homeless youth in the city. But what normally happens, and let's not get it twisted. A lot of kids not getting put out because they're LGBTQ these days.
No, they're not.
Let's be real clear about that.
A lot of these women putting them out because of their man.
That part, And because when you get to that magical age, 15, 16, maybe 13 and 14 too, and 17, 18, you think you've grown.
You think you've grown.
And you want to do what you want to do in somebody else's house. And at the end of the day, it's your parents' house, and you have to follow their rules.
Yeah.
And what happens is they don't want to follow the rules, so they get put out. And they can come back if they're willing to follow the rules.
But a lot of them don't. A lot of them don't.
And to some defense of the young people, parents must stop smoking weed with their children.
Oh, you say that again.
Parents must stop smoking weed and drinking with their underage children.
Say that.
Because
and I know too many of them that do it.
When you start doing that, then y'all here.
We friends.
Here. And we're not friends.
We're friends. We are not friends. We are not mother and child. We're friends.
I explain that to my staff every day when they're here and they're talking to the kids, and I watch how the kids talk, and I have to interject. They are not your friends.
They are not your friends.
And once you cross that line, you can't get it back. You cannot get it back.
You cannot get it
and
back.
Then you have
it's going to be so hard.
It's going to be very hard.
They lost respect for you after that.
Yes.
They have lost respect as far as the aspect go of the parental respect. They lost that parental respect.
So I see someone said, well, if parents raise children better, they wouldn't act out as much. Yes and no. So let's go back to, I'm 30 years old and I had my first child at 15. So if I had my first child at 15, I can only give them what I know up until the age of 15.
Yeah.
Because I don't know no more.
I don't know no more.
Right.
So I'm not being a bad parent. I'm only giving them what I know.
I'm only giving you what
and
I know.
after 15, we will become friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't know no more.
Yeah.
So I cannot fault parents who don't know. I cannot fault parents for what they don't know and what no one has taught them.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to that generational curse.
Yeah.
It's a generational thing. This is what I know. This is all I know.
Ramir said I had my first New York steak at the pantry. Crazy.
Yes, crazy experience. Ramir, he's one of the young people that went to the pantry with me. Ramir's actually getting ready to get housed also.
Yay, Ramir!
Congratulations.
Ramir is working for UPS. And Ramir is only 18.
Yay, Ramir!
Congratulations. At UPS.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's a skateboarder.
He's a skateboarder. I love it.
Ooh.
Outside the box. I love me a skateboarder.
Awesome young man. High school graduate here in Baltimore City.
Oh, he graduated. That's good.
You can
really
beat the
nice.
odds.
You can beat the odds.
You can beat them. You can definitely beat the odds. And Prentice will tell you, when it came to education, I was hard. My thing is, no child has to go to college.
No.
But you need to do something.
You got to do
after high school.
Yeah. Do something after high school.
College is not for everybody.
Get you a trade. Do something. That's what I tell my son a lot. You don't have to go to college. I know you're not the smartest. He's smart. He doesn't like to apply himself to the best of his ability. He like to do the bare minimum.
It may just be just the child, because like I'm starting to notice that my nephew is like my brother is like Randy, where his ADHD is allowing him not to concentrate. So now,
so has he been diagnosed with ADHD? Because we as black people, we start self-diagnosing.
Yeah, my brother
diagnosed me.
My mama got ADHD. My brother, my other brother, everybody in my family got it. Just goes down. It just trickles down. But
and so, what do you do different to combat it?
So they actually gave him medicine. I don't believe in that, but they actually gave him medication, which in turn they asked to take him off of the medication, because when he was in class, he would be nodding off. He wouldn't be nodding off, but like he'd be in a zone, like days, like he'd be like days out. So they had to take him. They tried to adjust the dosage. They initially took him off, but he's a smart kid. He just needs that extra help. And so he had a conversation with me because he's supposed to graduate next year. And we were trying to find, I said, I can help you apply yourself to school. You're going to have to put your work in too. So he eventually was like, oh, I had a conversation with my mother. She said, I'm just going to go to Job Corps. I'm like, but Jay, I know you can do it. But then I got to thinking about my brother, who was his father. When he was in school, he just stopped applying himself because he just couldn't get, couldn't understand. And it was harder for him to do his work. So I feel like that's what my nephew is now doing. He feel like I just don't get it. So I just want to give
And then
up.
on top of that, he dealing with the trauma of the loss of his father as well.
True.
So
That's true.
Which brings us to mental health.
Yeah.
Which within the African American community, we don't believe in mental health.
Yeah.
Because I ain't going to no therapy. I'm not crazy.
Well, he's biracial. He African American, but I mean, but you got to think about the type of mother that he has. His mother,
not African American,
which is not African American. She's not even thinking about, okay, well, let me go get my son some help. She's not thinking about that. She has a selfish mentality the way as though it's about me and then my children last. So.
But that could be a cultural thing for them.
Yeah, you know what? It could be, but for her, I don't like her, so she's just selfish.
It can be a cultural thing, but when we talk about mental health,
I don't like that white woman.
I've gotten so many. You said I don't like that white woman. Jesus, Lord,
she knows it.
Oh, I've gotten many PRP organizations that have reached out to me because they want to get the kids in PRP. And my thing is like, I'm not swiping nobody.
What is PRP?
Like it's sort of like mentorship or therapy, but organizations are getting paid.
Oh.
Everybody's been getting rich off of PRP, getting these kids in PRP and following them for three to 6 times a month, and they get paid per child that they see. And my thing is, I'm not doing that. We have to talk to our young people and parents about mental health first. Let's have the conversation first. Let's educate them on, because I'm not throwing something at you and you're not educated about it.
Right.
That's like saying, take this medication, you're going to be better, but don't tell them about the medication.
Don't tell them about
the side effects.
Yeah.
Because there's always them side effects, as they say.
Yeah.
That's going to get you.
That's going to get you. Yeah.
That's why I don't agree. I don't agree with the medication because, like, it's always side effects. Like, I know when my brothers, they had ADHD too. And I think, like, I was talking about my brother last week, the one that's in jail. I think that's kind of what spewed him over to use other drugs.
Because he was on medication.
Ritalin. So I'm 100% against that. Like, I prefer all natural herbs, things like that, other alternatives. I prefer to put in the extra work that needs to be done. If I got to sit with you longer, I feel like that should be done. That's scary for me. Just seeing that aspect and to see where my brother turned to, and it may not be because of that, but that's what I feel like. So that kind of stares me away from ever having a doctor tell me, oh, well, you know what? He got ADHD. Let's just put him on medication. No. What else we fit to do?
I can go on record and tell you, I'm not an advocate for medication myself. I'm not a fan of medication. I've seen kids walk around like zombies on medication. It's about having thorough conversations, following up, hearing what the young person wants, listening to them. I've been an advocate of letting young people make their own plan. Because when they make their own plan, they have to follow it. Because if they deviate from their plan, then you can hold them accountable for that piece.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Versus having a care plan or this plan or that plan. Let them make the plan. Because at the end of the day, they have to do the work. And so if they're creating this plan, it's their work to do.
It's their work to do. Absolutely.
If you're creating the plan, it's like having a car and you let your friends borrow your car. They're not going to take care of your car the way you take care of your car.
Yeah.
Right. True.
Yeah. That is so true.
I used to tell this to my sons all the time with company. I don't mind you having company, but your friends are not going to take care of our home the way you supposed to. Because you can't go to their home and act the fool.
You sure can't.
Right.
That's why they want to come to your house.
That's why they want to come to your house. Yeah.
So they can act the fool because they can't act the fool in their house.
That is so
Be
true.
mindful of that.
Yes.
Because people will tear up shit that ain't theirs.
It ain't.
I think nothing of
it. Think nothing of it.
Right.
People will tear up shit that ain't theirs.
And hold accountability.
And so I'm very,
they don't
very,
like that.
very big on accountability. And this is why when we're having conversations with young people, like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
If this is what you want to do, how are you getting there?
How do you plan on getting there?
Right. How do you plan on getting there? Let's talk about that. Okay. That's how you plan on getting there. We're going to come back 3 months from now, a month from now, and see where you at now.
See where you at now.
Because this is what you said you was going to do.
Right.
And if you're not doing any work towards being, and then are you sure
that's
what you want to do? Because you can't get nowhere without putting work in. You can't get anywhere without putting work in. Now you got a few that slide through the crack and know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. But you got to put that work in.
But eventually, even though
it's gonna catch up with you.
They're gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Because they can't perform.
They can't perform well.
And I've seen that also.
Yeah.
I've seen people graduate from college, get jobs because somebody hooked them up, but they couldn't keep the job because they went in not knowing what they needed to do because they got the hookup.
Right.
Or people getting put in positions that's not.
It's
where
the
they
ones
wanna
being
be.
put in positions for me that don't even know how to do the damn job.
And
Right.
it's not their passion.
It's not their
It is not
passion.
their.
That's how I felt about daycare.
Passion,
Daycare at one point was my passion. And we had this director who was all about the money. And she didn't have a passion for children. She didn't like them damn. She didn't want to be around them. If she was around them too long, she would get irritated. I hated that about the daycare community. I still hate that now because it happens a lot. They're not in it for the work with the kids. They're in it for the money. They just want to get that money.
I believe in quality over quantity. Because if you're doing quality, you'll get quantity.
You'll get quantity.
That's a big pet peeve of mine. Quality.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the young people that we're working with look like you and I. And if we fail them, then they fail.
Right.
So what does that say about us?
That says a lot.
And the reason why I go hard the way I do, because I don't been walking down these streets. And because I didn't teach you, now you hit me in my head.
Right. Give me your money. I ain't got it.
But if I taught you and I'm walking down these streets, oh, that's Mr. Lonnie. Y'all leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Right.
Leave
True.
him alone. Yeah.
Or if I'm in that nursing home because my kids ain't gonna take care of me.
Yes, they are.
You ain't gonna leave me in the bed.
Prentice and Preston, y'all better take shit.
So that part.
He be pissy and shit. He got bad sore.
Right. So you treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah. Treat people.
And mind you, I'm not perfect. We all got flaws, and we've all made mistakes. And as the old people say, we all fall short of the glory of the you know, but
we all fall short of the glory.
Right, but you got to do things different, and you have to show young people that there is a way. Yeah, there is a way, and if you follow that way, and it's not like a microwave. You can't pop it in the microwave, press 30 seconds, and it's done. It takes time. It takes time. Because here
it takes patience.
It takes patience.
I'm at 50, and had I known what I know yesterday, it'd be a whole nother game. It'll be a whole nother
man. Life
game.
for me would be so different if I would have known. And for me, it was I talk about my story a lot. I was a teen mom. I didn't have anybody to give me a direction to go in. You know, nobody to say, if you have this baby, you're going to be going through this. I'm thankful that even with the experiences and the things that I've been through, I'm not like how people wanted me to be. I don't have a bunch of kids. I'm not on drugs. You know, I'm doing well for myself. And it's like, you know, when you are a product of a parent who is on drugs, because my mom used to do drugs. And when you are a product of that parent and you have a kid at a young age, they automatically expect you to go in that direction. You know, I don't have I have one kid, you know, and my son is doing well. And even people thought, oh, he ain't gonna be nothing. He ain't gonna be this. My son has graduated from high school, in college, you know, he's doing things. He is not what people expected. So I'm glad that we broke that generational curse.
But you also gotta think about it, BlackRoses. You had positive people around you. Like me, for one, if you would turn to a crackhead, you wouldn't have been my friend no more. I'm just saying.
Right.
So you can't do that.
Don't throw me away because I want to do crack.
Throw people away for what they're going through because you don't know.
You don't know the story.
So I've been told. Now, see, this is where community gets crazy.
Let me hear it.
I've been told I'm a child molester.
Oh my God.
I've been told I smoke crack. I do Tina. Y'all know what Tina is, right?
No, what the hell?
Crystal meth.
No, I ain't never heard that before.
It's called crystal meth.
Tina. That's a new name.
That's the street name for an LGBTQ community.
It's called
so Tina. When you see the word PAR capital TY, the T stands for Tina.
Oh. If you see party in the T is capital and party.
Right, everything else is lowercase but the T.
It mean I ain't going to that party.
Tina coming.
It mean I ain't going to that party.
I go home, and you know,
you put me deep.
And that's all because I have friends and associates who are on drugs, but they're still my friends.
They're still my friends,
right?
You know, I'm not going to walk away from them because of what they're doing.
That's true.
It takes a lot. It takes time. Especially for an addict. It takes time. And when they get clean, those are the people I'm going to use to come talk to the young people.
Yeah.
Because they need to know your story. I don't know what it is to be on drugs.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the struggles you
I
went through.
can't tell you about getting off drugs because I don't know, but I can bring somebody to tell you about it.
I can tell you how to get out the projects.
That part I can do.
I can do that, but I can't tell you about getting off no drugs. I can't tell you about getting off no drugs.
And people always say, you should never say never. No, I can never say never. I will never be on drugs. I don't care how low it gets, how bad it gets. I'm not doing it.
And I got low. It gets low sometimes.
It does.
But drug ain't never been.
It's not been my
thing. I might pick up that bottle, might take a shot or two. But drugs, I can't do that.
Even with alcohol, and my son to tell you, I have a bar full of alcohol, but I don't drink at home.
You sound like my mother. She keeps a bar full of alcohol.
Weird. It's almost like it's like a collection.
Okay. See,
it's like a decoration.
I can indulge if I want to, but I choose not to.
But I don't drink. And I like the bottles. They're pretty.
They're pretty.
But I rarely drink at home, let alone have company.
Mm.
And so when you hear, oh, I know him. You may know of me, but you don't know me.
You don't know me. Yeah, you don't know my story.
Suicide was part of my story at one point. There are still times even today that I'm lonely and I think about those things. But I know what I'm not going to do.
But I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And people live your life through social media.
Oh my God. Like, it's the people taking social media for real for me. Like, this is not a real life story. This is not real.
You got the bomb life. You
make a post and they see, I knew it.
That's one day.
That's one day, baby. That is one day.
They
you don't see these struggles behind the scenes.
Behind the closed door.
You don't see it.
And I tell people all the time, I suffer from depression and I keep myself busy so I don't have to be in my head. I keep myself busy. And I'm a very shy person, ironically, which is weird.
Me too.
But if I'm talking about what I do, it's a whole nother ball game. It is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking at me.
I truly believe God has placed favor over my life. He's placed favor over my life, and He's put me on an assignment. He said, "This is what I need you to do."
This is it.
And until that assignment is over, you will be doing this. And I've taken it and I ran with it. My son just recently texted me maybe a month ago and said, "I'm proud of you because you took what you love and you made it a business." I didn't know any other way to do it.
I didn't know any other way.
I just didn't, because this is what I love doing, and I love seeing young people. I love seeing young people happy. I love seeing them becoming successful, because you can do it. Sometimes you have to walk away from the traumas and the drama in your family, and you have to take care of you.
Yes.
Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of nobody else.
And let me just throw this in there. It's okay to walk away from your family. It is okay to walk away from them. If they don't suit you or mean you well, it is okay to not deal with them. I love you, but I have to keep my distance. I don't want to indulge in that. And that's where family get it twisted. Just because you're my family don't mean I have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with you.
I told BlackRose I was going to share this today, and I have not really shared it.
I wish we had the little how they drop the jewels.
So I've been blessed with some wonderful people in my life who've doing some wonderful things for Joy Baltimore and for the youth, because at the end, it's not for me. It's for the young people. And relationships, partnerships, and everything around the city that I have garnered over the years have put me in contact with now Sinclair Broadcasting, and Armstrong Williams is working on a documentary of Joy Baltimore and Lonnie Wslker.
Woo! Listen, he said he was going to think about telling it, but we made him that comfortable so he could drop that jewel for
192 countries.
192 countries.
That is awesome.
And I was very.
That is so awesome.
I didn't know if I wanted to share that with everybody, because when you share things like that, that's when the hate comes.
That's when the hate comes.
The hate.
Oh my God! But expect
you shouldn't shadow you should not shadow your accomplishments based on somebody else hating you. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing through that.
Yeah, he.
It is hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
And that's why I say people don't know what you go through when you go home at night.
Yeah. People don't
when
know.
you're in that house, and I live alone. So when I'm at home at night and I'm up, I'm in my head. And I share things like this with the kids that I work with, because I want them to know that I'm not different. What you feel, I still feel at 50. I still feel. But I have to press through. And like the topic says, each one, reach one, teach one.
Each one, reach one, teach one.
And I'm trying to reach them.
And the thing about rumors and haters is that why would this nigga this nigga I was about to be for real, Prentice. Why would you write that?
Let me tell you, I used to go to work and correct me if I'm wrong, sir. I used to go to work and come home, and I used to go right to my room and stay in my room. I would not come out my room. They had to run the whole house. I would stay in my room. I had a TV in my room, I had a refrigerator in my room, bathroom in my room, and I just didn't come out my room.
I love my room. I love it. That's my comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's what I like to be. This is my unwind time. When I come home, I go straight to my room. I might go to the bathroom. Then I go straight to my room. And I go in my room and I sit there for an hour or two just to relax and get the stress of the day off of me.
Yeah.
I'll come back. Just leave me alone for right now.
Like right now, I'm seeking another therapist because I need a therapist.
Yeah.
And I'm clear about therapy. I need somebody I can release and get this shit up off me. Because because if you don't, it will wear on you.
Nate, you tried it. Tomorrow, you go to that kitchen.
Oh. That is wrong, Nate.
You are disrespectful, and I'm telling you, I cannot stand you. Not you go to the kitchen.
To the kitchen first.
That is wrong. Well, you got a Pepsi over there? That's the favorite black drink. She got that Pepsi over there.
I was surprised. So she a Coke woman. She a white woman. She like Coke.
Not a white woman. No, but
that white woman. That dignified white woman like Coke.
White woman, yes.
For a week ago, what had happened here was we had a 19-year-old girl that came here a week ago. Homeless, transient, so forth and so on. Not transgender, I say transient. All over the place. And she was 19. She had to be at least 4'2". She was stripping at the strip club in Pulaski Highway.
Damn.
19 looked all of 12. She looked all of 12. I literally watched her in my office go from the 12-year-old to braiding her hair down, putting her wig on, putting her makeup on, her eyelashes on, and still look like she was 12. Because she was getting ready for work.
Because she was getting ready to go to work.
Oh, yeah, and she had nowhere to go. So I'm calling all over the city of organizations and agencies that are funded to do this work.
Mm-hmm.
And no one had anywhere for her to go.
Damn.
No one had anywhere for her to go. We literally fed her and everything, but we had to let her leave here without being able to place her. Someone from the city called her like, "Oh, we're gonna get you placed by 6:00 today." Well, 6:00, no one ever called her back, and I started calling them, and no one answered the phone. No one answered the phone, so I had to go home with that on my heart. And we followed her location the rest of that evening. And she was calling all throughout the night while she was working, so forth and so on. But she had to do at least 5 strange things from the time she left my office to 12:00 that afternoon. Damn. And I can't even say to be safe, but to just have somewhere to stay.
Just have somewhere to stay.
And she was honest about what she had to do. It hurt. It literally hurt. I wanted to cry that all of these places in the city that was funded to do this work had nowhere for her to go. One place I was told that she could go. Then when we called, the city said, "Oh, well, they're not open yet because they didn't pass the fire inspection." What? So you have this brand new building. You funded them, and the fiscal year, as we all know, ends on June 30th.
It ends on June 30th.
So where does that money go? Because they ain't been open the whole year.
They ain't been open all year?
All year because they ain't passed the fire inspection. And so I'm confused because now when the fiscal year ends, do they return the money? And we all know when you got grant money, you don't return no money. You don't return no money. Because you don't get it again.
Nope.
And the state ain't going to refund you again.
Nope.
So like make it make sense for me. Mm-hmm. It was the hardest thing I had to go home with. And the crazy part was, I woke up that morning to a text from one of my young mentees who texted me his report card. And it made my day because he went from a 1-credit student at a school here in Baltimore City, 1 credit in high school. And as smart as I don't know what, but 1 credit, and no one in the Baltimore City public school system saw it as a red flag, to now I got him into another school. And he did a whole 360 where he got A's and B's now.
That's
and awesome. He's on track to be an 11th grader come September.
That's good.
So that made my day to see that.
So it made the balance. It made the balance.
And so when I say therapist and needing therapy because I got to put this shit on somebody else. Because it's a lot to go home with.
I know an awesome therapist. She's a Black lady, and she's awesome. I love her.
So yeah, we need to get her number.
I'm gonna give you her number.
And what happens is
today,
I've had therapists and we become friends. And so it's like,
and she will make you become her friend. She will. She
my
has
hardest
that spirit.
part with therapy is because I do this work. I know how to talk around a therapist, and so I always told the therapist, come at me like a client. Be hard on me. Because if you're not hard on me, I'm going to take control of the situation. It's because that's what I'm used to doing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I need you to like break me down.
Me too.
Break me down. Make me say some shit and tell you some shit.
Yeah. And make me.
You know, open me up, as they say.
Right.
I need to get it off. I'm working with Troy now, and they, you know, on this amazing show that's getting ready to pop off. It's going to be amazing. I got some young LGBTQ youth that are going to be sitting in on the workshop to tell their stories. Yeah. Because I think if we don't tell our stories or we don't share our stories, no one will know what we've gone through. No. And as I tell people all the time, I don't live my life according to my sexuality. I just live my life. You know, my sexuality does not define me.
It doesn't.
Because the first thing people see when they see me is a Black man. They don't see a gay man. They see a Black man.
They see a Black man.
And they're going to judge me by that and that alone. Even when it comes to the city and having all of these marches, so forth and so on, you know, I love the Black Lives Matter whole thing because it encompasses all. Black Lives Matter. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, bi, trans, so forth and so on. Black Lives Matter. So I don't need to participate in a LGBTQ march or a trans march or this march because Black Lives Matter. We live in one world, and if we don't come together and coexist because we feel that Black Lives Matter don't pertain to us because I'm trans. No, you're Black and you're trans. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you have to find your way in that room.
What they can't, it's like a double negative against you because you're Black and then you're gay.
Right.
You know?
But see, I sit in rooms with plenty of straight Black men. And sometimes, well, no, I ain't gonna say sometimes because I know I'm not the only one, but you know how that goes. But you know, you know it. And they all know, and we're cool as shit. We're cool as shit. Cool. Because the first time when they did the 10th year anniversary was, I think, the 10th or something anniversary of the Million Man March. How many years has it been? But I sat in a room with 100 Black men who participated in the Million Man March. And we all went around the room and introduced ourselves, and all of them are friends with me. And I purposely went last. And when I introduced myself as a Black gay man, it shocked some people because some people didn't know. And then it was like, yo, we were still, it was just like,
we're still cool. We're still cool.
But my thing is, you have to put yourself in the room. Yeah. And even if you know somebody else in that room is LGBTQ, they don't want to talk about, that's okay.
That's their business.
That is their business, and it's okay. But if you plant yourself in that room and you make them comfortable with you, because you are making them have that hard conversation, especially for Black men.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, I had my board president tell me, you know, the gay community gonna be mad at you because they're gonna think you pimping the community because they don't think you get because you hang around all these straight men. I was like, because my life is not defined by my sexuality.
It's not defined by that. And because I'm gay doesn't mean I have to hang around all gay people
at all. Right. Because in the projects, I ain't know nobody. We were just having fun. That part. You know, I'm a straight up project boy, though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm a straight up project boy. Oh yes. You know, and it's funny because I'm somewhat different than my family, but I'm not different. But I'm not different. To where my sister-in-law would ask me all the time, "Are you sure you're not adopted?" I'm like, "No, baby, I promise you, I'm not."
I just made it about this ghetto. That's all.
In a minute, I can be just like them. Right. You know, I would get people to say to my mother, Lonnie's your good son. I said, no, I'm not my mother's good son. I'm my mother's son.
I'm my mother's son.
You know, irregardless of what my brothers do or how they did it, we are all brothers. Because the day I make a mistake, you're going to say, oh, he's just like the other two.
Like the other one. Yeah.
That part. And we will never do
that. The day you make a mistake, honey, your family will remind you.
Oh, all the time.
They will remind you. My family all just like that too.
And I love it. Because for a long time, the only thing some of my family members could say to me was, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. Child, that shit is played.
It's so played out.
You know,
for me, it was, you're going to be just like your mother. I ain't nothing like my mama.
And the crazy part is I have a coming out story on YouTube that I did with, oh God. Oh, yes, I do have I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link. But it's so funny because that was the only thing they could say to me. It's like, Okay, I am gay, but you on food stamps. You got 5 baby daddies. You don't work.
You all in my business.
I mean, like, don't do it because, baby, if we want to read and you only got one thing and I got 10 against you, you're gonna lose this battle.
You're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
This tree about to be filthy, and you ain't gonna like it.
I'm not.
You're gonna block, delete me, and hate me after this.
I am not. And you know, and I try.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I tell people you don't want. I'm very honest about it. You don't want that other side of me.
You don't want it,
right?
You don't want it because it's a force to be reckoned with. And I don't even like it.
That's another thing. I don't like dealing with that other side of me. I don't like that person. I don't like who I become when I get to that other side. I told my boyfriend this a lot. Don't bring that other Crystal out. I don't like her, and she is evil. She downright trifling. You don't want her. Stop pushing the button, sir. Stop.
I'm just angry. My other side is just angry. I'm just angry. That's my other side. My other side is just angry. Like I could be angry. I just tick for tat. I'm just going in and I'm taking your whole throat off. I'm just going.
I'm coming to slaughter you. See, all you did was give me a little paper cut. I'm about to stab you.
I don't want to do that. But people will take you there. People will take you there. And
people will take you there and play victim when they take you there. That is my biggest thing. Because how you the victim? You started with me. How? You started with me. Oh, now because I'm being the malicious Crystal that you didn't want. Now it's okay.
I've had somebody who has been victimizing me for years.
Yes.
And I stayed in the background. I didn't say nothing. And now that I have the courage to talk, they're the victim.
Now they're the victim.
And my best friend had to remind them, remember all that time you used to do X, Y, and Z?
No, I don't remember that. What you talking about? That wasn't me.
So now
that wasn't me. I never said that. I have never said that.
I don't like the other Lonnie. I don't like who Lonnie can become. I walked away from that life a long time ago. Now don't get it twisted. I can come back to it.
I can come back.
Right.
It's back here. I can come back to it.
It's never far away. I won't ever do away with it, but I keep it on the low because when it's time to come out, the time is going to be right. And you're going to hate me. You're going to hate me.
I was known to walk out of meetings because I ain't got time for the bullshit.
Zero tolerance.
I'm not one for 100 meetings and we ain't got no work done.
This could have been an email.
I'm just not doing it.
This could have been a phone call.
I'd rather, and I'm honest about it, I'd rather put up with young people's bullshit than adults. I expect young people to give me the bullshit because they don't know.
Because they don't know no better.
And I'm teaching them. Now, I'm grimy and greasy when I talk to them too.
Say that.
Trust and believe. My young people say, man, Mr. Lonnie be whoring us out. Yeah, I do. But your ass is back here tomorrow.
You'll be back tomorrow. You'll be back.
It's like, or you text me, can I get $5?
And this is the right term. You need me and I need you, so you'll be back.
We need each other, yeah.
You'll be back.
I constantly learn from the young people that I work with. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's the new. I want to know the new dances. I want to know the new language. I want to know it all. I want to be young at heart, but I also know that at 50, I don't know what it is to be them. I grew up like them, but I don't know now what it is to be them.
Because it's so different.
It's a different generation.
It's so different. You know, your 17 then is different from their 17 now.
Different.
You know, the peer pressure is way different.
We didn't
we didn't really have too much of that. Not too much of it. No, we didn't have social media at all.
I had Napster. I was downloading Napster music off of Napster.
I had MySpace. I became a professional coder, for MySpace.
But the thing is, it's a thing now. People are making money off of that.
Making people money. I wish I would have thought about this.
The things that we were doing back then, people are making big bank off of it. But they didn't include us.
They didn't include us. Nope.
Another way to keep us down. Even with drug dealers, I'm not mad at a drug dealer. Take that knowledge and use it professionally and for business. Because if you can sell drugs for 10 and 15 years and you ain't been busted yet, bro, we need to go in business together.
I need to talk to you because how?
Right.
You ain't never did no. Are you snitching? You ain't never did no time. Oh,
okay. Money marketing, financial literacy, all of that stuff.
All that.
Right.
And my thing is, don't do it for so long, and at the end of the day, you don't have nothing to show for it.
But some people do it to get something to eat. I just need it. I'm a hustle today just to get me a dime later on at night.
But how can we turn that around?
How can we turn that around?
Now, I'll tell any young person that comes to me and they're doing that kind of work, I'm not expecting you to stop today. I'm not expecting you to stop tomorrow. I'm not even expecting you to stop next week. Eventually, you will stop.
You will stop.
I had a young man who was selling drugs, who was coming to me to get housing, to get his ID, so job. So I mean, he was getting all that, and he was a single father, taking care of his son, loved his son dearly, would do everything with his son.
Single father.
But as he was trying to get his life together, a victim of violence here in Baltimore. Just when he was trying to do something different.
Somebody killed him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just when he was trying to do something different.
Where's the child?
With the no good mama.
Damn. That's my biggest problem with this generation of women. This generation of women don't want to be parents. They don't want to be mothers. They don't want to be anything. They want to be out here in these streets. And it's like, if you don't care about your kid, who gonna care about them?
Me, because that's when they come to my programs. Me. I am the father to so many young people in this city. It's not even funny.
It just breaks
I am
my
the
heart.
father to so many young people, and my kids have even said, "Oh, that's another addition to the family."
Welcome.
I mean, literally have said that's another addition to the family, and we just, I mean, and you don't do it on purpose because I'm not trying to become anybody else's father. I'm really not. Right. But I'm gonna wrap my arms around you and do what I need, and I'm gonna be hard on you because I don't need you to fall in them cracks.
Right. That's
so it's about those preventive measures before it happens. Because sometimes after it happens, it's too late.
It's too late.
Sometimes some of our young people are too far gone.
True.
Yeah.
And they're too out there, and too many people know them. So when they are trying to change, that's when something happens.
That's when something happens.
That's
and
true.
then it's like so much bad stuff has happened to them. When somebody good come in their life, they like, I don't believe it. I don't believe you. I don't even know.
I'm glad you said that.
I don't believe
because I'm working with a family now, and I'm not going to name the family, but I'm working with a family now where I'm very careful of how I interact with them. And they all three of the young men are different. All three of them are different, and the oldest is even more different than all of them. And I didn't want to meet him. Had a conversation with him, text him, so forth and so on, because I didn't start helping him until he asked for help. Because he saw how the other two brothers was getting the help, and he asked. And my thing is, when you ask, I'm there.
When you ask, I'm there.
But you still got to move slow because you don't want people to think you're throwing yourself on with their
you don't want to give them too much help because then it's like, why are you helping me so much?
Right, because
they start questioning that. They start questioning that.
Yeah. I've even told the schools, some of the people in the school, oh, we need to bring them all in. No, we don't need to bring them all in.
No, we don't.
You work with them individually to get them where they need to be, and then collectively you bring them in. Yeah. But you don't bring them in about we're gonna do this. No. Because one don't need to know what the other is doing at this time.
No.
They're on 3 different pages.
Right.
They're on 3 different pages.
3 different
and pages. I know how that is because me and my brothers were on 3 different pages. It took tragedies, trauma, and other things before we became close.
That's what I was saying. We said this last week, didn't we? Yeah. We talked about this last week. How our family dynamic is different. You know, she's one of 3 siblings. One of her siblings passed away, but under her, they never, she spoke about experience with her brother where he stole something from her, but she never let that steer her away from him. Versus me and my sister had an argument. And I ain't talked to her in 2 years. Oof. That's deep. You get what I'm saying? That's deep. Me and her had an argument. We don't even talk like that. We were like this. And one disagreement, now I don't deal with you no more. And so it's
I can be like you deep. And I can be like her because I'm both. I'm actually both of you guys. Yeah. I'm both. I can cut off.
So it's deep. It's deep.
But when I love hard.
Yeah, me too.
I've even shared in the Prentice. I'm getting ready to put you on the spot here. I've even said to Prentice in reference to his relationship with his twin. Sometimes you got to walk away.
Sometimes you have to
and manage your life.
You do.
They won't be okay. Because crazy people are resourceful people.
Yeah.
Sure are.
Because they made it this far on their own. They're going to keep on making it.
They're going to keep on making it.
They're going to keep, but you're going to be stressed out, worried about them while they out there having fun. They living their life. And you will be stressed out, worried about them.
Oh, my God.
Go on and do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do.
Because when they're ready to make that change or to turn that corner, they'll turn that corner.
Right.
And you're fucked up and stressed out because you have been worried about them all the time.
You've been worried about them all the time.
That's
and
exactly what happened.
They're going to live.
They're going to live.
Yeah.
One thing about it, they're going to live.
I've noticed that we as Black people, If we got $1, that's $1 million to us. And that dollar is going to stretch for 30 days. It is going to stretch for 30 days. And I tell young people this, especially with dysfunctional families. Your mom or your father, whoever's raising you, that's what they're used to. They're going to be, even when you walk away, they're going to be okay.
Right.
You don't have to take on that responsibility.
Nope.
Because before you came into this world, they were good. And when you walk away, they're going to be good.
Right.
Because they learned how to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you feel that you have to take on the responsibility of the family, when do you move on? When do your life change? It doesn't. It goes back to, you're just going right back into that cycle.
Right back into that cycle. That is so deep.
You're going right back into that cycle.
That is so deep.
You know, I've learned now to have those rooted questions and rooted conversations with my family members. Let's dig
have
down.
These
let's
conversations.
Dig down to the ground.
That's the problem with a lot of people. They don't want to have the conversation.
Because you know why? What happens in this house stays in this house.
Right.
You don't take none of my business out in these streets.
Let's talk about it.
That is us. That's just us. That's our community. We don't have good communication skills.
We don't. Black people refuse to talk about trauma. They refuse.
I had a mother come in here with her son. He's biracial. She's African. I can tell the father's probably white, but he wasn't around. He's not around. And she wants to raise him in the States like she's in Africa.
Like
I said, oh, baby, that's not going to work.
No, that's not going to work.
I said, that's not. Well, in my country, that's not your country. This is not your country. He's an American boy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going to, and they're bumping heads like
way
this.
more freedom here than he will over there.
And they're too much alike.
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell us, a baby, you're expecting more of him than you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can't raise him how you grew up. You cannot. No. We have to do away with the. I'm gonna raise my child how I told Katie this last week too. I'm taking some of my morals and values from my family when I grew up, but not all. Not all. True. I'm gonna take some bits and pieces. You know.
And the crazy part with that, taking some, I've always said I didn't want to be like my mother. But I am almost the carbon copy image of my mother and what I do. My mother helps everybody, and I'm like, God damn, I'm the same person. And I'm not doing it.
I ain't doing it.
But I am literally the same person. Mm-hmm. And my thing was, it didn't work with me trying to help family. So I just went out here in these streets and started doing
somebody else. But the thing about helping other people, your family gonna be like, well, you ain't never do that for me.
Baby, they will say that in a heartbeat.
Now,
but you have to remind them. That? You have to remind them.
You ain't never do that for me. Now, why would you lie like that?
You have to remind them, and I'm good on reminding.
I'm good on reminding you. I tried.
I have no problem reminding.
Mm-hmm.
None.
I tried.
Because everything, like my brother will ask me all the time, yo, bro, you know, I'm trying to do this business. Can you help me get these grants? It is just not that easy.
It is not that easy.
Right.
It's like, it don't work like that.
You don't just write your letter and they give you the money. That ain't how that works.
No, it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
No, this is hard work.
It is.
It is hard work. I mean,
it is hard work.
I'm broke.
I'm broke.
I am broke. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because Brendan started working with me recently, and it was a blessing to have him work side by side with me to see what we do and how I do it. And we were actually on Fox 45 together.
I saw that.
And I cried. I ain't gonna lie.
I saw that.
I cried. And I told him before. I said, I hope I don't cry. And sure enough, I started crying. It was like full circle being able to do this with someone you love.
Yeah.
And they see what you do.
They see what
you do.
You know, he's been watching me do this as he grew up, as far as working at the group home, so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to come to the group homes. I used to be drunk because I done hung out at night. But the kids had so much respect for Mr. Lonnie. They would get up, they would make their breakfast, they would go to school. And Mr. Lonnie be on the couch sleep. I'd be on, but they had so much respect for me.
Yeah.
And it's about that relationship.
That's awesome.
You build those relationships, it goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
It goes a long way. And that's with young people, that's with organizations. Like I said, I'm a true believer that this work is not done by one organization alone. And so I partner and I do work with as many people as I can to get this work done. Because I'd be a fool to think that I'm doing this by myself.
I'd be a fool.
Sure.
I'd be a fool.
Now, do you offer volunteer? Do you offer like volunteer availabilities for youth as well that aren't going through it, but just to be able to have the opportunity to help
service learning hours and to see that you think your life at home is bad, baby. Come up in here.
Come up in here.
Come up in here.
To see that you can have it worse.
And just have and have a conversation with some of the youth that are coming to the program. Because every youth think that their home life is worse than the next person.
Absolutely. Every youth think that they got it worse than the next person.
You know.
True.
And if they need service learning hours, they can come get service learning hours. But even while they come get service learning hours, they get mentored too at the same time.
That's good.
And they getting taught greasy too. So I'm gonna ask them the question: what you doing at home? How's everything
You gonna
going?
ask them your 3 questions?
Of course.
I'm asking for a friend. Let me bring my privileged kids down there. I'm asking for a friend. I'm gonna bring my privileged acting kids down there. Cause my 14-year-old swear up and down that his life is over because I won't get him an iPhone because he turning 14. He don't even call nobody. That's what his father said. His father said, "You don't call nobody. Why you even need a phone?
You don't even answer the phone
at all."
How much is an iPhone these days?
Too much money.
I priced it. The cheapest one was
that means she's thinking about getting it. See? That means she's thinking about getting it.
Don't be talking crap when you know you're gonna get that phone for that boy.
No, I think what happens is we give our kids too much.
We give them too much
of the things that we didn't have, and then when they start turning out crazy, we get upset.
I am guilty of that.
I
created the monster that my child is. I created that monster that I now refuse to contain. But when you created it, you can't give it up. You did that.
I truly believe in giving the kids the necessities that they need to survive in your home.
That's it. Necessities
that they need.
Not their wants.
Not a necessity. That's a want. If I get you a phone that works, you have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like right now, one of my young people who work for me, he's 16 and he works for me. His brother was paying the cell phone bill. But I told him, I said, now that you have a job, you will give your brother $20 every pay period towards your cell phone bill. Because now that's your bill.
Now that's your bill.
Oh, they pay up in this house. We started making them pay. They had to pay for themselves. We trying to teach them now how to pay. So now, like they went a couple weeks ago, we took them to the movies. And my husband said, "Okay, where your money at? Where your money
at?
Pay for your own ticket. You got money."
And it's funny because I have to get it. So Prentice, I'm going to put you on the spot again.
Put him out there.
People always say that Prentice was spoiled, and he was never spoiled. Let me be real quick. He was never spoiled. Anything that we did or he got or they got, they've earned. But even as adults, I have a habit of, because I like to hang out. I like to go out and eat. And I'm always telling them to come out. We're going to the bike on tonight. Let your sisters and them know too. My thing is, I was always, if you invite somebody out, you pay. And so I just done that with them. You know, if I'm telling them to come out with me, I'm paying for it.
Right.
That's just me. But
he said, "I'm about to stop watching."
I've always, you know, you can't create that, and then when they get older, you can't keep it up because they're going to expect it. They're going to expect it, and that's a no-no.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
You have to work. You have to earn your keep.
You have to earn your keep.
Because we're not on the same level. If I'm making $70,000, that's what I make. I make $70,000. We don't make $70,000.
We don't make.
I make $70,000, not you.
Yeah, that's what I make.
Like
unless your kid is smart enough.
They were rich. No, they said, no, we're rich.
We're rich.
Not you.
Not you. Shaq told his kids that too.
Yeah.
Shaq told his kids that I'm rich. Not you.
Realistic life.
Yeah. I made this money. You didn't make anything. You are a product of what I made. Now, I'm not going to give you all my money because I got it. You're going to work for it.
Indeed.
And tell your kid is smart enough to turn it around on you. Now, I'm going to tell you what my son did do. In turn, we started charging him. I asked him the other day, I said, "Look, I'm on lunch because I work from home. I said, can you make me something to eat? Because I don't have time to run downstairs, make it eat and come back." He said, "Yeah, Mommy." He made my burger, everything, came back up. He said, "Mommy, that's $2. Wait a minute.
This ain't no damn McDonald's.
How much do you charge him for dinner when he eat every night?
Right.
That
you charge him for dinner. All you gotta do is the dishes. I ain't fooling with y'all.
Shirley Caesar got a song called "No Charge."
No charge.
Let him listen to that. It's called "No Charge." See, sometimes you got to go back. You got to go back on them.
Oh, I'm a reverse psychology on this.
That boy think he's so smart. He always coming up with something. He always got a plan. He think he can outsmart me. I tell you, he did.
And Shirley also charged for that song. That's right, Nate. She sure did. She sure did talking about no charge, but you charged me. I thought it was no charge, sweetie.
But you got to be able to come back when your kids come at you with stuff like that. And so that's one of the main reasons why I like to be on the ground. So don't let my young people have social media. Because I'm on all their social media. Mr. Lonnie is nosy. If they go live, I'm right there. Hey, how you doing?
I'm all in it. My son be like, "Ma, get off." No, I wonder what's going on here.
Right.
I need to see. He done took me out of his they got Insta stories. You can take people out your Insta story. I can't see that. I'm not in his close friends. I'm not on his Insta story. I can't do none of that. I can just watch his page, and if he go live, he getting right off. Like my mama on here, let me go ahead and get off.
Even when it comes to education, we're in Baltimore, so I'm talking about Baltimore. Mm-hmm. It's failing our young people.
It is.
It is failing our young people. Mm-hmm. They're getting a microwave education. Let's be real clear. They're getting a microwave education.
Especially now that COVID has hit. It's really getting
COVID
bad.
affected our African-American children and Latino children.
The worst.
Because now we say go online and go to school.
Go online and go to school.
That ain't happening. You could barely get them to come in the building and go to school.
You can barely get the parents to get them up to go to school. Then you have the parents, I ain't doing all that. You want me to log you? I ain't doing all that. My niece is 7 years old and she is in the 2nd grade and she does not know how to read.
I'll believe it.
She does not know how to read and she'll tell you.
But the school will keep promoting her.
But we'll go to the 3rd grade next year and not know cat, rat, dog shit.
And then at 25 years old, she'll be on Fox 45 with her 5-year-old daughter. And she'll be saying, I went to that school. They have a black screen. I went to that school. They didn't teach me anything.
They didn't teach me anything. She'll tell you in a heartbeat. I don't know how to read.
This stuff did not just happen. It's been happening
over
years.
And they passed her. She has not been physically in a classroom since kindergarten. And she's in the 2nd grade now. And she's going to schools. Yeah. And she's going to school and does not know how to read. She doesn't really know how to recognize numbers. You'll ask her, well, what's this? She'll be like, it's 41. Like, no, it's 41.
So years ago, in Baltimore County, Prentice was in middle school. Was it middle school, Prentice? I forgot. But he was in school. Middle school. Yes, he was in middle school. And he went to school with a young boy named Maurice. Maurice is now deceased. As an adult, he got killed. But I found that out later on through Baltimore's very small.
Very.
But he was in middle school, and him and Maurice was getting ready to graduate. Maurice never went to school. Maurice used to play hooky at Best Buy. They used to be on Security Boulevard.
Yeah.
He used to go shoplift at Best Buy, so forth and so on. And it came time to graduate, and they wanted to graduate both of them. And I said, that ain't happening. Yeah. What we're not doing, because Prentice went to school, he did his work, so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. And so I couldn't imagine on Phantom 2 of my young people graduating.
And they've been to school all year.
Right. So I advocated that this young boy could not graduate. Oh, the principal was hot with me. She was mad. Oh, why would you even care?
Because they just want him out of school.
They just want him out. Ship him off to high school so they could be their problem.
I pissed what they call a bitch. I pissed a bitch. He did not graduate. I made them leave him back. And I made him come to Prentice graduation. And I made him sit at graduation and say, you could have done this.
You could have
done this. Had you did what you needed to do.
Yeah.
Took Prentice out to eat afterwards. And he came with us. You could have had all of this had you did what you needed to do.
This could be you.
Because I think we're passing our kids and well, hell, I asked the kids last week who's the new Supreme Court justice. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy.
The who?
The new Supreme Court justice.
They said who? We don't know her.
So it's just little stuff like that, and it's been on TV.
It's been everywhere
on the internet. I mean, even
social media, but they don't put it on the sites that's pertaining to something beneficial for the kids. If I follow the Teen Shade Room not going to put that Ketanji Brown Jackson has become, the Supreme Court judge. They're not going to do that. No, but they're going to put on there that Rihanna and Rocky broke up. Yeah, they're going to put that on there. Yeah,
but I was kind of like I was bothered by that. Yeah, in high school, Black History Month. They say do reports.
They
What are
don't
the
do that
reports
no
you
more.
get? You get Martin Luther King.
You get Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Rosa
That's
Parks,
what my son
Malcolm X,
said.
the same thing.
I'm so
sick of that
tired
shit.
of that.
I'm
That's
sick
what
of
my
them.
son
And I love all of them.
I know they are the foundation, but god damn it, we
They're
got
not
more.
even the foundation. Let me be real clear.
That
They're not. They did some shit.
They did some
Let's
shit.
be clear. They did some shit, but there was many people way before them that did some shit.
yeah. Don't nobody even know who like invented the peanut, the traffic light, washing machines. Black people have done a lot. We don't know. Our it's so
What
stupid.
is it? Woodlawn Middle, not Woodlawn High, not Woodlawn High School. What high school you went to? Damn, I forgot. On Liberty Road. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Liberty.
No, not Milford Mill. Yes.
Milford Mill. Okay.
So they had to do a Black History report at Milford Mill, and it had to be a whole collage and everything. And so we did Emmett Till. We did Emmett Till.
No, y'all didn't.
The pictures and everything.
No, y'all didn't.
And when he took it to school, everybody was like shocked, like,
who the hell is he?
How did you know about him?
Mm-hmm.
We did Emmett Till.
We did Emmett Till.
The teacher's like, how do you know about this? Because clearly they didn't teach him about it.
Ramir, thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Man, you know you my boy. And they displayed it in the school for almost a week, maybe longer. But it was like a shock. Like, really?
A lot of people are just now finding out about Emmett Till, but that's something I knew about when I was
when I was in school. Right,
I was in school. I learned about that. But a lot of people now don't even know. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know any my niece, but I'm not active in her education, which I feel like I feel bad for. But I don't know any kids who went to school and like, yeah, I got a Black History project. I don't know. I don't even think my son had one when he was in high school. I don't remember him having a Black History project.
Because of them and their curriculum, our history is not important.
Yeah. Now, when he was in elementary school, elementary, middle, but high school, not so much.
So David is in middle school. David but they virtual. They 100% virtual. And he said it wasn't really like a assigned project. It was like you can do it if you like to do for extra credit.
I'm done.
But he was like, I don't even want to participate because they keep giving us the same thing over and over and over.
The same people. Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass.
That is deep.
Yeah.
They only want you to focus
on them. And I'm like, you got Barack, you got Michelle, you got Oprah, you got a lot of people.
Deep. That is deep.
And if you want to come now, you got Beyonce. You can do more modern now. You can do anybody. You can do anybody.
Our kids are failing, and the system is failing our young people.
The system is failing our
people. And it's
people.
very important for organizations to change their programming to include all of that.
Nate said, as a teacher, there are a lot of youth that incorporate into our lessons, but they need to learn it more at home. Oh yeah, a lot of us.
They can't learn. So I hear you, Nate, and I agree with you 100%. But you can't learn it. You can't learn something at home if the parents don't know it.
Yeah,
we talk about Baltimore. Yeah, we talk about Baltimore school. We talk about Baltimore's education.
Yeah,
educational system.
Your parent is a product of that.
Right, and if they weren't taught it, how they want to teach it at home?
Or not even if they wasn't taught it, if they didn't learn it themselves, if they wasn't intelligent and educated. I just went to school just to go to school. I know some people who went to school just to get the lunch. They didn't even care about the learning. They went to school just to eat.
Because school is a safe space.
Yeah, they went to school just to eat. Mm-hmm. They didn't have it. So most of the people that I know, a lot of people who went to Baltimore City schools, and they said, one person I know that's near and dear to me, he told me, I used to go to school just to eat. Because my mom would get her food stamps and she would sell it to get drugs. And we don't know when we'll be eating. We don't know where we will be eating. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
That was surprising too, to know how many. Yeah. When they would do the when it was COVID and they would have the trucks to come to the elementary.
When it was COVID, I was so scared because I'm trying to think, what did I do? I worked for the Department of Education. And I had to do like a PowerPoint on child abuse. And they were saying that the child abuse cases fell during COVID because a lot of the kids weren't at school anymore. So they were getting beat at home and didn't even know. And the teachers can't come, the teachers can't say,
were they reporting? Were they really reporting?
The teachers were reporting.
Okay.
The teachers were reporting, but the reports had went down because a lot of the kids were homeschooled now. So they couldn't even.
I don't know about y'all though. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about Baltimore City, but in Baltimore County, I'm gonna tell you, them teachers popped up at my house a couple times just to not.
Yeah, they're not doing that in the city.
They're not doing that in the city, babe. They're not doing that.
We put a lot. No, I put a lot on the community, not on the school system. Now, for me, the school system does play a part, but I don't put too much on the school system because it does start within the community.
But with a superintendent making $325,000, I think she should be sending them out. At $325,000 a year.
I don't know if it was necessarily like a school's decision, because it was kind of like when they had, like, for say if it was Easter, like I'd be sitting at home on a Friday, and then I get a knock at the door, and it's one of my kids' teacher, like, oh, I just wanted to drop this off for Cameron. Like, wait a minute, I ain't know y'all do house calls.
Yeah. Now I can't say that my stepdaughter, her teacher did do that for them, like during Christmas. She mailed them out little gifts and little things to make it home. I can honestly say I don't know a lot of teachers that did that.
There were some organizations here that did that in Baltimore. The movement team did it. I know we did it for some of our young people that was connected to us. Project Restore, Aziz a Peace. Some of the grassroots organizations did it, but the school itself, no.
But some of these teachers, I feel like I'm not getting paid enough to care. They getting paid, but they not getting paid a lot. Like we were in a meeting. We had a meeting about raising the teachers' salary in the next 5 years to $60,000. But that's in 5 years.
That's insane.
$60,000 in 5 years. That's no money.
But see, and I say this with all due respect to all teachers. It's the social service field.
It's a social service
and
field.
You know what you're getting into when you get into it. You know that it doesn't pay. So if you got into it for the money, then you're mistaken. You're failing yourself because you ain't gonna get paid. Let's be real clear about that.
Most of them got into it with the headstrong, like I'm gonna change it. And then once they realize after time, like I can't change it. I can't do this by myself.
But it has to change at the top.
Away.
And when the top and the top is not trying to change it because they already making the good money.
Yeah. I'm gonna just throw some words together, make y'all look like I'm trying to change.
If I'm making $325,000, why do I want to change this?
Why would I want to? Right. I'm not changing nothing about this system. Yeah.
And I don't. I've met Santa Lisa. She's a beautiful woman. But it's time to go.
Absolutely. They said the salary wouldn't be as bad if we didn't have to pay for all
out your own money for supplies. Yeah.
But no, the salary would still be bad because teachers have been using their own money for years. When I was young,
me too.
Teachers would go on to the teachers. They ain't get no per diem for all supplies.
And listen, even working at a daycare where we had a school environment, we still had to use our own money. And you were getting daycare vouchers. And this daycare I used to work for, the lady, God rest her soul, she was getting money from, so say like you had a kid, one kid was in school, and you got daycare vouchers for them, but then you have a little small child. I would get your daycare vouchers for your older kids so you wouldn't have to pay no copay. That would be your copay. So we were getting that extra money, and it was still like, no, we can't afford this. We can't afford that. We can barely afford tissue. We can barely afford napkins.
Wow.
We can barely afford it. Anything that I did at that daycare, I did out of my own pocket.
That's across the board.
Out of my own money.
And it's been like that since I was little.
Yeah. It's crazy. To me, it starts at the daycare level and it goes up, and it's just like the money motivates some people. Oh no, she sure didn't. She sure didn't. Had a nice house in Columbia. Her kids were driving nice cars.
And see, and that's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
As a nonprofit, as a business owner, there's no way in hell that the young people I work with or the staff that I work with would suffer, and I'm out here having a great time.
And I'm out here having a grand old time.
Cool. That's not cool.
I'm out here having a grand old time.
Even with my staff, when we have meetings, it's out as lunch meetings or dinner meetings. We're going places out. That's just what we're doing. Even with the young people, if they need something, I'm gonna find a way to get it.
I'm gonna find a way.
Even if there's times I didn't get paid. because I wanted to make sure that they had what they needed.
Well, they said hire me then.
Nate, I can't afford you.
Okay.
I can't afford you.
Now I'm getting ready
high
to.
price ass.
All of my young people need their suits cleaned for the prom. I'm taking them to the cleaners and get them clean.
Yeah.
Because you ain't coming to no prom looking
You ain't
crazy.
coming to no prom looking
Because
crazy.
you may be your parents' child, but you represent me when you come to the
And
prom.
maybe you know what I think is a good idea: partner with some of these beauty salons and barbershops to see if y'all can get them a haircut.
So I've done that in the past. I've tried to do that in the future. You'd be surprised, even those who are LGBTQ who own salons and stuff like that, how
they don't want to do it. They don't want to
we don't do that.
We don't do that. Yeah. I know a few barbers, and I can see if I can reach out to them and see if they can help.
And it hurt my soul because we went to church. We go to church together.
Not the good Christian folk.
It hurt my soul. And I didn't know how to process it because I'm like, you praising the Lord on the praise team, so forth and so on. And I'm actually giving one or two people a haircut. And you said we don't do that.
We don't do that. But God be the glory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pray, and then they send you off with this. I pray you find what you look. I pray you find someone that can help you.
Oh, don't worry about it, because I will.
Yes.
But I'm a resourceful person. I don't take no for an answer. No is not in my vocabulary. I'm going to get it by any means necessary.
By any means necessary.
It's going to come through.
Yeah.
Because my kids will
and
not.
I'm going to keep going until I find the right person.
They will not walk anywhere looking crazy. I mean, even when they come into the building. Now, I have a stickler for boys and their nails.
Yeah.
That dirt. You didn't wash your hands. If you wash your hands, that
my
dirt
son is like that. My son will go, I'm going to the nail shop. And I'll be like, go ahead, baby. He keep his nails done more than I did.
So now they come in, they see. They're doing this.
Yeah, cleaning their nails. Yeah.
Because they know I'm going to say something. That's nasty.
That's nasty. And don't think you're going to touch me with them dirty ass hands.
And then I get real nasty with, I said, and you're going to put that little girl coochie in there. You're going to give her an infection. You're going to give her an infection.
Putting all that dirt in there. I'm telling what you got.
I mean, I keep it very straight with them.
You have to be transparent with these kids. You have to.
It is no cookie
because if I can't talk to you and be transparent, I can't get on your level.
Nope.
I can't be on your level.
And and even with being on their level, they know that we may be here having this conversation, but I'm still here.
I'm still an
adult. You will respect me. I'm gonna respect you. You're gonna get that, but you will respect me.
Yeah, you're gonna respect me.
It hurts my soul and bothers me when I hear every other word is fuck this shit that. Like, do you have any other vocabulary?
No, I don't. That's me. I cuss for a living. That's my job. I make up cuss words.
It's like they could be in here and I'm like, and I could be sitting out in my desk.
And you don't have 59 cuss words, one regular word.
In 30 seconds. I'm like, dude, stop. Enough is enough. It's like, I don't mind because I want them to be themselves. Then they look at you like, what the fuck is the problem? That part. Then I got to come in there and punch somebody in the chest.
That's the problem.
Lonnie, why you doing that?
Oh my God, my boyfriend would tell you, he'd be like, he'll cuss, oh my bad. And I'm a cusser. Everybody know I'm a cusser. And now he's around me. He'd be like, I sound like you. He'd be like, that's a $2. For who, Lonnie or me?
I ain't even got $2.
I got to put $2 in his arm because I cuss. Listen, he'd get around and he'd be like, oh my God, I sound like you. You have corrupted my mind. I'm like, look, oh well.
I have the most pottiest mouth in the world. I'm honest about my mouth. But I know when I'm around the kids, I got to control. Now, mind, they'll get cussed out. Mr. Lonnie will cuss them out. They know that.
They gonna get all these cuss words.
My mother's favorite word is "fuck out of here." That's my mother's "fuck out of here." That's my mother's like "fuck out of here."
That's it. My mouth is ridiculous, honey. And you gonna get all this. I'm gonna cuss just to be cussing. Like, you ain't had no reason to cuss.
I want them to know that you have to have another
expand your language.
Expand it,
cussing ain't it.
Because you're gonna be on the job and they're gonna send your ass home.
And they gonna say a word like discombobulated. You gonna be like, what the fuck that mean? Like, what? No. Like, they gonna be like, I'm a little confused. They gonna be like, oh, well, I don't fucking just say that. Like, I'm giving an example.
$3. She owes
we have
more for
job hunt
last week.
Mondays here. We have job hunt Mondays.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have job hunt Mondays. I try to, and sometimes my staff have ADHD. I got to get them on track. It's like, it's job hunt Mondays. Why is the game system hooked up?
Why?
Take that, because the game system hooked up. They're not looking for no jobs.
They're not looking for no job.
And you need to be mindful. Even though it's job hunt Mondays, you are like a school teacher. You have to come in with the resources.
Yeah. Look what I found on Indeed. Indeed is your biggest resource.
And do the application with them.
Indeed is their biggest resource.
Because in 30 seconds, if you walk away, they're
going to be right back. Yeah. Their mind is not clicking.
Right.
Even with the mentality of you can't, like my 16-year-old, he thinks that he can have his phone on at work, or he can be on video talking to his little girlfriend while he's working. If you don't get off that phone, she's gonna get you fired.
My son did that. He on the phone with his girlfriend while she at work. I said, why is she at work and you in the bed and she on the phone with you while she at work?
Right.
Take the damn phone.
Right. It's like, come on.
All right, ma. Yeah, because why are you calling her while she at work?
He had the audacity to tell me, this ain't a real job. I said, you get a paycheck,
you
right?
Get a paycheck.
As long as I'm paying you,
ain't
it's a real job.
Ain't no such thing as no real job.
Right.
All I hear is, boop. What the fuck is that scanning? It's her. If you don't hang up that phone.
The phones, I say this all the time. I say it to the kids. The phones are going to be the death of them when it comes to work.
I'll be on my phone at work.
I created a phone policy now.
Oh, really? If my job gave me a phone policy, I will die.
But see, if you work at a nursing home, you're not supposed to have your phone on the floor.
And that's why I wouldn't do it. I have a good old office job. Thank you, Jesus. And my manager, my supervisor come right now. I'll be like, wait a minute, let me pause. Let me pause first 48.
But you know what that is? That is this generation.
Yeah.
That is this generation where that's why when I text my kid, they don't text me back. Oh, my bad, Miss Lonnie, I didn't see it. This is a damn lie. Because you're in that phone 24/7. You saw my text.
That's what my supervisor do. She won't email me. She'll text me because she know I'm not gonna look at my work email. But if you text my phone, yeah, what you need?
It's like,
you want me to come in your office and do something? Here I come. That is so sad. Oh my God, I have to get better. I have to do better. Because she be like, I emailed you. Oh, I didn't see it. But that's why I text you. I know I text you.
Like even with youth works are emailing the kids. Now they got this little text system going on. But I have to remind, did you check your email?
I don't know how.
Did you get an email back from them saying that you got the job yet?
I don't know how.
Oh, I ain't checking in 2 weeks. You need to look at it.
Oh my God.
You might owe them some documentation.
My son did that when he was, he got hired at some job and he almost missed out because he did not check his email. I don't know, Mom, my email been messing up. I said, well, what do you have to do? You probably got to go in and delete some of the stuff. I don't know. I said, listen, I sat down with him and I showed him how to do it.
No.
Show us my name, Crystal. The emails is popping up.
And then we have a conversation about email names. Yeah. You cannot have an email name hotbooty@gmail.com. No. We need to discuss email name.
What about the adults that don't know how to use a fax or email? Like when I used to work in my doctor's office, the doctors would come walk up to your whole doctor would come walk up to me. How you work this fax machine?
I found out that those doctors are the most smartest, dumbest people ever.
Right, that part.
The smartest, dumbest people ever, because all they know is what they're being trained to do.
That's it.
They don't know anything outside of that.
Nope.
I have a lady who just started, and I've been teaching this lady how to do our little incident reports or whatever. And I've been teaching her for 2 weeks how to do this.
Because in their orientation, they're not taught that.
She don't know that. I done told this lady, I done gave her the pamphlet, highlighted everything. She don't know what to do. But if you ask her something about special needs and this and the third, she's going to name the laws right off the top of her head.
Yeah.
I've learned that educated people are trained to do what they were learned to do.
But that's the job's fault, because when you're doing orientation with your staff, it should be an all-inclusive, all-around orientation.
Yeah, all around.
In orientation, even though that may not be my job, we should all know the same thing. Now, what I specialize in, I know because I've been taught that. Mm-hmm. But in orientation for the job, I should know everything I need to know.
Mm-hmm. Show me how to use this printer. How you don't know how to use a printer and you got a master's degree? But I had to think about it. That's not what they're teaching you in school. They're not teaching you that.
That's how the doctors would be. When I worked at the doctor, when I used to work at the doctor, right to the bed.
And then the first thing they tell you, they're like, oh, you're smart. I ain't smart because I know how to push start. Woman, all I did was push start. That's all you had to do. Put the damn paper in there and hit start. You know what? You so smart.
Jesus.
I be feeling like it's an insult because, Are you insulting me?
Right.
But give me half of your salary if I'm smart.
You making all this money, and I'm scraping up pennies off the floor.
Right.
Girl, give me your money. I'm so smart, but yeah.
But yeah, we provide food for the kids if they need something to eat. We got plenty of food, plenty of goodies.
Good.
I just realized young people love cereal all hours of the day.
Yeah, they do at all times of the day. No matter what it is, don't have to have no milk.
Yes.
Which is strange to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kids
So
are retarded.
we got
They're
plenty
really
of cereal.
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts.
And keep all the kinds of cereal. Yeah.
Yep.
It has to have sugar in it already.
Yeah.
They don't want. They're gonna act like this is good times. They're gonna put the whole bag of sugar in it.
Yeah. My son puts the whole bag of sugar in Frosted Flakes. How?
No.
It's Frosted Flakes. It's Frosted Flakes. Yeah. He say, "Mom, make sure they sweet. They already sweet. Put some more sugar. I'm not putting no damn sugar in my Frosted Flake. Gonna give me diabetes. I'm 36. I already got high blood pressure. Now you trying to give me diabetes? Oh no.
Wow. I've taken the kids to T-Volve. Have y'all been to T-Volve?
I've heard of it, but I've never been.
What?
No, I've never been. Never been.
Oh, Jesus.
What is it?
It's a black-owned
It's a
restaurant.
black-owned restaurant.
Out Piano Street.
Mm-hmm.
They have the best shrimp and grits in the city.
I've never been.
What's the name of it?
T-Volve.
Look at her fat tail. Look at her
T-A-V-O-L-V-E.
fat-
Black-owned and operated.
fat.
I love shrimp and grits. That's my favorite.
You love food.
I do.
They got some red velvet pancakes that are good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look, you talking about me? Look how you jump.
You know I love red velvet. Anything. Red velvet. Anything.
You
And
guys.
Sharon, you better
T-Volve.
not say nothing. I love red
T-Volve
velvet.
is an amazing space.
T-Volve.
It's awesome. I just love to go there. I take the kids there. I have meetings there.
Nice.
Like I said, the things that I do is what I do with the young people.
Yeah.
Different.
Teach them.
No different.
Teach them. Show them differently.
They've been to Black Swan. My kids have been to Black Swan.
I ain't even been there yet. Damn, these kids. I want to be a kid again. I'm 17. I want to be a kid again. Where was these programs when I was coming up?
Right.
They've been a lot of places.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's just what we do. Because I'm not going to take them to bullshit places, and I don't even go to bullshit places.
Please don't take them to Applebee's.
Oh no, I don't want. I'm not doing no Applebee's.
No. Taking them to Applebee's. That's what these people. I'm gonna take them to Applebe's. Let them see something. How you seeing something at Applebe's? I'm taking them to Double T. Well, what they getting out of Double T?
Ain't happening.
They don't know how they can just wear some jeans and a t-shirt.
They've been to Bob Evans.
Bob. Okay, now I can do Bob. I can do Bob. A little Cracker Barrel.
I don't like Cracker Barrel.
I love Cracker Barrel.
This what it says, Cracker Barrel.
I'm trying to say they're racist. Yeah.
And they've been so ironically, I just took to the Waffle House.
Really?
And it's so funny because
now that's the good ghetto experience there.
We had dinner fashion after all my boys. They stayed at the hotel. I let them stay at the hotel. I paid for all of that. And then we left the hotel that Sunday, and now Waffle House was all the way on the other side.
Yeah,
And my sponsors who was driving, he's like, "You sure you want to go all the way over there?" It's on
Waffle House all the way up 95.
Yeah, we still going. He's like, "Are you serious?"
And the fashion show was all the way by the airport. That was like a good hour and a half ride.
Yep. And we went to Waffle House.
That's a good ride.
I went to
maybe an hour.
House.
Maybe an hour.
I love Waffle House.
Yeah. Waffle House is delicious.
I was mad because the jukebox wasn't working there that day. So I was mad.
They need a huddle house too. They need a huddle house.
A huddle house. Yeah, they got the it's like a Waffle House, but it's a little bit classier. A little bit classier without the fighting. It's Waffle House without the fighting.
It's good.
Without the fighting.
We have those in Mississippi, and I look when I go to Mississippi, I'll be like, yes, I'm going to Huddle House. Waffle House and Huddle House. It's the same thing without the fighting.
Okay, Huddle House.
Just without the fighting. It's really nice, elegant.
We've been to Prime Rib. We've been to Prime Rib. What else have we been? I said Fogo. They've been to Chop Tank.
Nice. These kids been some places.
Like I said,
that's good that you're giving them different experiences that they'll probably never
never have in their life.
We're actually going back to the Pendry this summer. We're doing a pool party at the Pendry with them.
Really?
To use their pool for a pool party.
Nice.
Somebody was like, "Oh yeah." Somebody was like, "You should use Drew Hill." I'm not going to no damn Drew Hill Park for no pool party. hell you?
Did they even open up the pool yet? I know they was doing it.
I'm not doing it.
A good experience, girl. You might well take them to Lake, honey.
Right.
I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna take them somewhere where they're gonna enjoy themselves and have a good time.
They can do Drew Hill Park any day.
Any day. They can do, and it's only $2 to get in there.
Right. So it's like, why would I expose them to that? There's something that they can do. Something that the neighborhood can do anyway.
Brenda said took them to open mic.
Oh yes, we did. We went to open mic at the garage.
Oh
the
yeah, nice.
Yes. Some of the kids have done the they do the they call it the rap thing there. One of the girls have do the rap thing there now. Nice. One of my boys actually want to do the rap thing there now also.
Nice.
We just try to expose them to just various things. Our Thanksgiving event is lit. We have a Thanksgiving event every year. It's called Oh Give Thanks. Talk
about your Met Gala that you got coming up. Honey, we've been discussing going to this Met Gala, and I want to look good in a cute little ball gown dress. I want to look good. He has a Met Gala July 30th.
July 30th at the BMA, Baltimore Museum of Art, will be the Baltimore's own Met Gala. To benefit Joy Baltimore, be our fundraiser. To benefit Joy Baltimore, all my young people will be invited. They'll be coming with me, and they'll be entering with me. Yes. We'll be honoring some of the organizations and some of the people who have done awesome by Joy Baltimore by donating and so forth and so on over the years. The theme is Your Vibe, Your Choice.
Your vibe, your
choice. The cross between art, fashion, and philanthropy.
I need a designer for that.
It's going to be at the BMA from 6 to 10, something like that.
Yeah, I think it says 6 to 10.
It's going to be epic. It is going to be epic. There's some surprises in store. There's a fashion show that's going to happen.
Yay!
The steps from what I know right now are going to be a black carpet.
Nice.
The BMA is 100% on board, and they gifted us the venue.
Yay! That is awesome. You are so.
They gifted us the venue, and they've also asked, can they be the home of the Met Gala for years to come?
No, is this your first one, or?
So the Met Gala came about. I had a 50th birthday this year. Last year. I'll be 51 this year. Jesus. And for my 50th birthday party, I had 4 or 5 parties throughout the week. It was a party every day, and then my last party, which was on my birthday, was which is June 27th, was at the Sagamore Pingree.
Oh, you're a Cancer.
Yes, I am.
Oh, me too. I'm July 17th.
Yes.
I love that.
Oh God.
So the last party was at the Sagamore Pingree. It was a Met Gala theme.
Oh.
And if you ever been to the ballroom at the Sagamore Pingree, those red steps you walk up,
Yeah.
amazing. I stayed at the Sagamore Pingree that weekend. They gifted me a room.
That's awesome.
You have some nice connections.
I know.
And we had the Met Gala. It was a Met Gala theme. That was the theme of the birthday party. And what we do every year is we honor non-profit or grassroots organizations that are out here doing the work who don't normally get recognized. And it's cool. We used to call it the Unsung Legends Award. So what I did that day at my birthday party, nobody knew that I was going to do it. I honored 5 organizations who actually attended my birthday party with awards that day. Nobody knew I was going to do it that day.
Nice.
And so some people, some good friends of mine and mentors of mine wanted to scale it up. And they said, let's do a Met Gala.
Let's do it big.
Baltimore needs a Met Gala. And I'm from New York, so being from New York and New York I wanted to do something like that here. And now my dream is coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And that's literally what has happened. My dream is coming to fruition. I woke up that morning. I cried. I just cried. Uncontrollably cried. But that morning,
it was a happy cry though.
And then that same day, Evermore Cannabis Company made a donation to Joy Baltimore. Made a presentation at the party. Kenny Bobian, who's the renowned house legend icon, performed at my birthday party.
Wow.
He you know the song "You Are My Friend," the house version. Kenny Bobian, he performed at my birthday party.
Yeah.
DJ Cedric, the district house mother out of DC, it was the DJ.
Wow.
If you love house music,
I love house
Cedric
music.
is like the bomb.
I love house music.
And we had a wonderful time. I changed outfits 3 times.
Oh, I love it. He changed outfits 3 times.
But for the Met Gala, I'm channeling a couple of people. I'm channeling.
Curtis said, "Crybaby Cancers." Oh, I am a crybaby. Yvette said, yes, I'm a Cancer. I love you, Yvette, but Cancers are sensitive. We are very sensitive.
But don't cross us.
But don't you cross me. I will.
So for the Met Gala, I'm channeling Andre Leontali, and I'm channeling Andre Leontali and Sylvester, for those who know who those people are. So that's my vision. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I know you will pull it off so awesomely.
That's what I'm channeling right now.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
Like what I want to do.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. I can't wait till the commercials and stuff start to air for it.
Yeah.
And because of this, now I have to show my face everywhere. So I'll be at Preakness. I'll be at Art Taste.
Cool.
Nice. Oh wow!
I participated in the what you call it, just happened, the CIAA.
The CIAA you did,
so
yeah.
I was deemed. I didn't even know I was deemed Mr. CIAA.
Oh, that is awesome.
That is big.
So they was like, because every year there's like this old guy who dressed up every year, every day, for the CIAA. And so every event I went to was like I stood out, and so I was deemed Mr. CIAA.
Nice. Right here in Baltimore. Right here.
And so for those who don't know, the CIAA actually originated in Baltimore.
Yeah, it did?
Yes. And
I think like years ago though, and then they moved to North Carolina.
1950 something was the last time.
Yeah. Yes. And they moved to North Carolina for all those years, and now they're back for the next 7 years, I believe.
And it's about doing that history. So in my former life, I used to be an activities director at a nursing home. That was what I did for a long time here in Baltimore after I did the group home. And so because I worked with the elderly, and I love my elderly, I love the elderly.
I do too. I don't like kids, but I love elderly.
I had to do as an activity director, I had to do research because you want to familiarize them with things that they knew when they were younger. And so I just learned a lot of their history, about Baltimore, the old clubs that used to be here, the Stings, all that stuff. And we would have conversations about that. I would play music for them. We would have happy hour on Fridays with them.
Nice.
And then one year I took the residents. I did an event at the Arc Social Club.
At the Arc Social.
I connected with other nursing homes, and we did a party for them at the Arc Social Club. Nice. Some of them, that's where they used to go.
When they were younger.
And so we recreated some of the acts. I had somebody come in and she did Billie Holiday.
Cool.
I was on, what's his name? One that got Lonely Teardrops. I can't remember his name right now, but I was him. I performed his number. Someone came in and did Angela Mayu. Oh God. I know, Jesus, I'm forgetting names. Did some poetry. I mean, Angela Mayu. I was
like, wait, is she talking about Maya Angelou? But he was saying singers. I ain't know.
We just came in and we did things that was familiar to them in their era, and
I
we
know
had
they
dinner
had
for them. And some of them got up and danced.
I would have loved that
because it was to get them out the nursing home.
Yeah,
it was to get them out the nursing home.
Yeah,
and what we did with the older men, because men don't come out of their rooms in the nursing home, and that's how I created the happy hour on Fridays to get the men out the room. I brought in a DJ. And the men would come out their room, and so to get the men out the rooms, I had to get a permission from the doctors to serve old duels.
Oh, okay.
So it made them think that they were drinking.
Yeah, they're non-alcoholic.
So, but with men, they think they drink. They coming out the room now.
And they have those non-alcoholic Heinekens too.
I've heard about that.
I heard they taste just like regular Heineken. So
that got the men out the room. So one year, I was able to get a stripper in for the ladies. I had a meeting with the ladies. I asked them what did they want.
And they wanted that old thing.
They may be old, but they're not dead.
They're not dead.
I
may be old, but this thing is still.
And the administrator was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "That's what they asked for, and they're paying to be here. So why can't they have it?
Why can't they have it? This is their money. You think about it. It is their money."
I was that activities director. That was just different. And so I had one of the older men who was like this. He had the double wide bed, but he was like, "Mr. Lonnie, you just different." He's like, "You just different." I took the men for Father's Day to Fogo de Chao. I took the women for Mother's Day. I forget the restaurant in Columbia that is no longer there. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but it's no longer there. Copeland's.
Okay.
I took the mothers there for Mother's Day. And we celebrated those holidays on those holidays.
Yeah.
And so that means the nurses was mad at me because they had to work.
They had to work.
But you celebrate Mother's Day on Mother's Day, so why can't they?
Why can't they?
Why do they need to be in the nursing home?
And you was working anyway.
Right. Looking all sad.
Man, because you couldn't go get some crabs. Get some when you get off.
Even with them, I did what I would normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And like with the kids, so it just rolls over.
It just rolled over.
And so people don't know. I've been doing this work for at least 30 something years.
Wow.
Because I started in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything I'm doing here in Baltimore is a repeat of what I did in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I didn't reinvent no wheel. It's just stuff I've already done.
I just kept it going.
It's like my New York fan base and my New York family and friends. This is not new to them because this is what I've always done.
Yeah. This is awesome.
This is what I've always done. You have to change the narrative of what we're going to become.
Yeah.
Right.
And we are the persons to change the narrative.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And don't change it to fit your narrative.
Oh,
change it all the way because it need to be changed all around the board.
Right.
I have had an awesome conversation with you today.
Yes.
I have thank you that you came on.
Thank you.
Give shout out your social media, all your events you have coming up, everything.
We have the prom coming up May 3rd at the Bygone. If anybody want to go to the prom, you can email me at lwalker@joybaltimore.org. We will make sure you get into the prom. If you need a prom dress or a suit, we do have dresses and suits available.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be lit. DJ Kiwi is the DJ.
Oh, so Kiwi, I love Kiwi. Oh, Kiwi, she is amazing.
Yes,
I love her.
She's lit.
Yeah,
DJ
she
Kiwi
is.
the DJ.
Yes.
We got gift bags that we're giving away. We have works coming up. If you just need to reach out to us, we're on Instagram, Joy Baltimore. We're on Facebook, Joy Baltimore. Our website, www.joybaltimore.org. The Met Gala, July 30th. Get your tickets before they go. Yeah. Because once they go, they're gonna be good. There's only 300 tickets available.
I ain't never been to a ball. I'm about to wear a ball.
Yes, as they said, the prince is having a ball. Let's get our Bridgerton on. Let's get our Bridgerton on.
That's my show.
Let's get our Bridgerton on.
I need to. I want to.
You know, if you need to reach out to me, if any young person need assistance or just in need or need to talk, you can reach me at 443-522-8553. The number is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I do not screen my phone calls. This is my even when I'm on vacation, even when I'm out of town, I don't go on vacation. Even when I'm out of town, I still take calls for Joy Baltimore, and we make sure we get you what you need. You know you're not disturbing me, know you're not bothering me. Call or text me as much as you need to.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lonnie Walker. It has been a really, really great show, you guys. We were going to come up with some other topics, but I don't even want to because we're over time anyway. And I just want to say thank you for giving us this opportunity. I admire you now even more because you are definitely a jewel in this kingdom.
Thank you.
And I'm loving what you're doing, not only just for the LGBT community, but also just for kids in general, because we all they all need that love. And I'm just so honored to have met you and interviewed you.
And we'll do this again.
Oh, yeah.
You're up next.
Definitely. You up next with your hating. I got it first, though.
So, Nate, reach out to my son, Pretty D Creations, on Instagram.
I might give you his number.
Check out his own jewelry.
I'll think about it. Psych, no, Nate. I am thinking nope.
Nate, I'll see you April 24th.
I love you, Nate. But we are thankful, guys. Thank you for tuning in. He's still Thank you guys for tuning in. We have had a phenomenal show today, and I thank you for all the viewers, all of the commenters. And also remember, if you would like to be a sponsor, please DM us on Instagram or Facebook. Don't forget to email us at PodcastIAmShe@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, guys.
So I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
How much does it take to become a sponsor?
Oh, we can talk about that after this.
Yes.
We click off of here. We can talk about that. But yes, guys, if you know anybody who is bringing awareness or doing anything positive and would like to come onto the show, like we said, we will talk to anybody. As long as you ain't selling drugs. As long as you're not selling drugs, we'll have you.
We here.
We here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we love you. See you guys next week. All right. Bye.
Don't do that, Nate. Come on.